What is up, everybody? We will be kicking this off in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to run us some ads, but today is a different show. We're going to be doing the same. I shouldn't say different. We're going to be doing a post-show. I was there from Wednesday to Monday afternoon with Kelly. We met a bunch of our friends out there, talked to a bunch of people, hung out, did all the fun things that you do at a con. But man, there was a lot of drama surrounding not only GenCon, but the lovely release of D&D 2024, which we've already covered a lot of here. So, we're going to be going over that, what I hauled in and brought back from GenCon, along with people I talked to, new things going on. And of course, we got to talk about the Ennies, everybody. The Ennies. Some Shadowdark sweepage here, along with a few other people. And some new things I'm looking forward to that weren't on my radar. So, we'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. Grab yourself something to drink and get your afternoon coffee. Or, beer if you're like some other people. I don't know who. And we will kick this off in just a few minutes. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? I think that's a good idea. Well, everybody, it is spicy time. Let me tell you what, we have a lot to go over today. I brought coffee. I brought attitude. I brought a newly molted spider. And then tons of swag is around me. I haven't cleaned anything. I just threw it all in my room today. GenCon was a whirlwind, but we have a lot that we're going to be going over today, not just GenCon. We also have to go over the D&D debacle. As a content creator, this stuff was highly unacceptable and just another example of a billion-dollar industry not knowing how to handle people making them free shit. Can the audience hear the music? Is it doubling for you at all or anything like that? Because I'm not wearing headphones today. I'm hoping I can get away with it and you guys can... You should be good. Yeah, you can't hear it. That's good. Perfect. So, where do we want to start today? Well, let's go over the rundown of what I want to do today. I have a huge list. I have a post GenCon show list actually. Let's pull it up here. Definitely gonna need some coffee. How did everybody do? Did everybody have fun during my time away? I know I haven't been around for 10 days. Music's quiet, but it's there. Okay, cool. I'll turn it up a touch. Have you guys, did you have a good con? Did anything fun happen? Any good stuff from any of you? Did you hang out and party? Did you do some GenCon at home stuff? Because I can tell you that we're going to go through the trip from day one through pretty rapid fire. And at least in the best way I can remember it. And then we'll hit up the D&D stuff. And then we're going to be recording a couple things. We're going to be recording the D&D piece. Everybody has put a piece out on what I'm about to talk about. So I'm doing it a little different today. I'm going to be a little less kind than some of these other people have been. And then I got some new stuff to review. We're going to be going over Hell on Earth. It is a PDF adventure and a zine print on demand by Cameron. I think it's Maas, M-A-A-S. Met him at the Shadowdark booth. We'll be going over that. We're going over the new dice, the ugly badge that we got this year as vendors, signings, people I've met. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, and what we're going to be doing this week. I'm going to be streaming a decent amount the next couple of days. So I guess we should probably kick it off with a little bit of the GenCon trip, shall we? We'll do a little show and tell. And then I'll set up a recording piece as well, and we'll put up a recorded piece as well. So let's, I think I'm going to record this GenCon piece as well. Because we're going to go over the Ennies and stuff like that as well while we're doing this. So let's start a recording. All right, so recording's going. Which, you guys know how this works. I'm going to treat this like a video shoot. Like an in studio. We're going to go over that. I got my notes here. And... I think we're going to start with the trip and what I got. We're going to start there. So we're going to do the intro button, and I'll pop it off, and then we'll go right to me. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Erik Frankhouse Presents. This is EFP Live. We're going to be talking straight up the most important things I got to do at GenCon and the things that I picked up while I was there. This is recorded live, but I'm recording this separately for all of you, just in case, you want a shorter version. So let's go through. We're going to go day by day. Wednesday, we went out. We drove in the afternoon, picked up all of our beer. I think we brought like $300 to $500 in alcohol to share with everybody because we throw shindigs. I will say this year was a little weird. We'll get into that towards the Thursday, Friday night aspect of it. But Wednesday night, we showed up. We got some dinner, saw some friends, and took it easy. We didn't play any games. We were prepping for what was going on. But the first night, of course, I got my badge. And I got a vendor badge this year. I was through Gaming Paper. But let me tell you, I collect my badges. Like, I have every badge from every convention I've ever been to. Just something I do. I also collect movie tickets. When we used to get real movie tickets, like the cardboard ones, the cool ones, I used to collect those. I can't anymore because we get the shitty paper ones now. But anyway, look at this badge. What is the point? Like, why? It's a fucking dinosaur. It's supposed to be the GenCon dragon. Why? Why did you put a furry on ours? It just doesn't. That's not even a good one. So anyway, we were an exhibitor this year. You might notice I got some other cool things on here. So up top, we got our GenCon badge here. My Camp Crystal Lake. This is a game hole con. This is Perception Studios backstage stuff. And then this here was actually from PAX. It's upside down. Oops. And they do pin collections. And this was like a super rare pin that someone gave me at the booth. So I got all that stuff. Pretty cool. Badge holders. If you go to GenCon and you don't get one, I highly recommend them. There's space for them, cards, everything else. I do say replace this. I fucking hate these corded lanyards. But anyway, so that's one thing done. So I got my badge that night. We hung out. Super fun. I didn't do a lot until Wednesday. Or sorry, till Thursday. And then, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Why is there a free badge? I don't know. It wasn't a free convention. I don't know. But I did get to do some fun stuff Thursday afternoon. So Kelly and I slept in. We were out late. And then we went into the hall. This was the sweatiest Gen Con I've ever been to. I mean sweaty, like people hustling. I mean, it was fucking hot. It was so hot at this Gen Con. It was almost unbearable. Anywhere between 80 to 100 degrees. It was like 90 something during most of it. Inside the hall, the air was not very good. So you would go in and you would run the vendor hall for a little bit. And you get so hot, you have to go back out in the hall, which is only slightly less hot than the vendor hall. They say, on last I heard, the count for attendance was like 86,000. I'm guessing we're going to be between that 80 to 90,000. That was my guess to start. But 86,000 is a lot of people. But at night, like when we would go out, it was a ghost town. Everyone was really spread out. And there was a bunch of problems at Gen Con this year. And not negative. Not like they fucked up. But hotels, something like 10 to 20% of people's hotels they booked through the portals got canceled. So a lot of people got moved from downtown out further. We had a huge hotel debacle with True. They charged me 3 times trying to figure out what to do. They were very nice and fixed it. Just took a really long time to figure out. It took Wednesday. It happened Thursday. I talked to him. It took Thursday to Monday to fix it. So there was a lot of hotel debacles. But that's not the major things. It was mostly the heat. Everything was closing at 9. So my first night, I had an event at 7 with Tim Hitchcock and Ben. Oh, why am I forgetting your last name? Ben Eastman. And they threw together a Tales of the Valiant game. They knew I worked for Cobalt Press last year, and they asked me if I wanted a GM. We were short a few GMs, so I got Adam and Drew to GM it as well. Really fun event. Tim is known for doing big, live, interactive events. Some living, some interactive. This was definitely more of an interactive event. We got our overlays for it, and we had a blast with it. But there was, we went with a very small budget. This is the first time we've done stuff for them. And there was a lot of mutations, and you were snuck in statues like a Trojan horse. You had to break out of these statues. And every GM kind of got to run it the way they wanted. So I went all out and ran it totally different than probably most people there. But every time you were near the Godflesh, you had a chance to get mutations. At the end of it, this is the sticker they gave out. Super awesome. I went to Twisted Board and Abbey, and all I got was a stupid mutation. This is a sticker, but for GMs, we did get paid, and I went and got it so you can see it. We also got these. We got some cool thermoses. I dropped mine already. You can see it's all chipped up. It's already got some wear and tear. But this is printed on, and it's one of the, the suck style ones. So we got these as well, which is super cool. They didn't have to do this. The GMs got paid for this event, which is awesome. Ben had worked out all of us getting paid, which is cool. It was just a little bonus for taking the 3 hours to run the game. I thought that was awesome. The event went great, and that leads me to my first purchase. Thursday afternoon, I got stuck talking to the hotel. Kelly went in, and there's 2 things I knew I wanted. 2. I knew I wanted a set of dice from Dispel, and I knew that I wanted to grab the Necromolds. Really want. So let me get my dice out. I did get the dice. So these are the old road dice from Dispel. I'm going to stand up so you can see them. Should focus in on it with a little bit of work. Nope, not. Let's try this. There you go. You can see they got the prints inside of them. Super pretty, right? So I was really wanting these. These are for the Dark Mage from Delicious in Dungeon. And I think most of you by now know that I'm a big fan of Delicious in Dungeon. I love what it is. I think it's a great representation of tabletop and playing D&D with your friends. Here's the D20. See if I can get the focus on. Oh, my face has got to be behind mine. That's right. There you go. Super pretty gold, right? Super cool. Shiny math rocks. I love this. It's for the Dark Mage. It's great. I got a second set, but I got that on Friday. But Kelly went and grabbed me Necromolds. And you'd be like, Frankhouse, this is that kid's game, right? And yes, it is. It is amazing. I will be ordering more, probably this afternoon. But what I ended up doing was taking these, and since the God Flesh was like weird creatures with tendrils that grew them and they get bigger, and there's just all this crazy stuff going on, I was like, holy crap, I can just use the miniatures from this. So there was a scene, and this is the only scene I'll tell you. I won't tell you the whole story, maybe a different day. I had a rogue walk up to this curtain that was dividing two rooms. I heard chanting on the other side. And he's like, I want to sneak up. I was like, oh, you can just walk up and sneak up to it. Don't worry about that. So he goes, okay. So he sneaks up. And when he sneaks up, he goes, oh, I'm gonna listen and I want to look inside. So I showed him the read of what's in there. So he read it to himself, and I took the paper away. He's like, well, where were the pits in that room? I was like, you don't remember? He's like, no, I need to read it again. I was like, that will be a stealth check, sir. He's like, oh, you said there was a lot of guys in the room? I'm like, yeah. So he went back and started telling the party what there was. So I sat and I started making Necromolds. And I filled that room with as much Necromold as I could make until they went into the room. They're like, how many did you say? And they just started seeing me do this. I'm just pressing molds, and they make these cool little molds, right? And I was pulling the flashing off all the time. I'm just letting them go. Just pulling them off, being calm. And they started to realize what I was doing when I put the first two down. Like, oh my God, he's going to make stuff until we go in the room. So they make these cool little clay molds. And they can be heated and dried. They're front and back. So I'd set them down, and like one of the guys, when they would kill them, I would make tendrils come off of them. And I would just take the mold that I made of the other guy, right? Like the other monster. And I'd be like, and a tendril grows off of it. And I would take it and I'd roll out a tendril and I would place it onto the guy and he would get reach. This is what I did for this game. So fun. Such a different way of handling models and miniatures. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to try to 3D print molds like this so that I can use these in games at cons. It's so fucking fun. And it was just a memorable moment for the game. So, Necromolds. I'm excited to start playing this. I found out a local friend of mine, Sarah, Babe, and her husband kickstarted this. So they have a whole bunch of this stuff. And they're interested in playing it as well. The expansion, they brought it. The first day it sold out. When Kelly went to pick it up, it was gone by 2. And then when I went to pick it up next day, they said they got, I think, like 400 of them in. And they sold out of it in 20 minutes. So I'm going to go back and pick some up. This box set comes with a ton of stuff. It has the different rings for smashing. Spider. For mine, I just used my GenCon ring to smash. If you guys haven't seen that from GenCon, this is what I used. So I used that to smash it because I thought it was funny. All the pieces are in here. All the terrain's in here. This is amazing. This is such a fun game to play. I was shocked. So, that's Necromolds. I picked that up day 1. First day of con. Played some games. Had fun. Ran that event. Afterwards, we went out with some friends. I only get to see Tim Hitchcock really during these shows because he's in New York. So he drove out and we hung out together. had a blast. Friday, I went through the hall. I went back to pick up new dice. I saw all my friends at Norse Foundry, Drew, Diana, and Adam. We chatted for a little while, and I noticed that they had Delicious and Dungeon dice at Dispel. For those who don't know what Delicious and Dungeon is, it's a Netflix series. And I highly recommend watching it if you are a fan of just gaming and you want something fun to watch. It's such a great piece. I'll actually take us over so you can see kind of what it looks like. So this is all the art for Delicious and Dungeon. Tons of different art. I'm a big fan of this show. Senchi's a G. Super fun, right? Really cool style to the art. This is actually on Amazon. You could pick up the full manga, right? But Delicious and Dungeon, I think Dispel Dice is a big fan because I did 3 different versions. And I picked up the, what is it, three course meal. And on it, it is the different foods from Delicious and Dungeon. Brought this back to Adam to see, and since Adam is playing a dungeon chef on our Shadowdark Breacher show, he went and got them. So I did that. Went over to the Shadowdark booth next, because I really wanted to pick up stuff from Shadowdark if they had anything new. And I just wanted to get a book signed. I'm actually not a big fan of getting things signed. From working in private security for so long, I didn't do a lot of signings because you weren't allowed, right? Like it was kind of faux pas to get that stuff done. Unless they offered it to you. They offered it to you, totally different. So I went over to them and talked to them for a while. And that was Friday afternoon. And I got the gentleman who was there. Obviously, Kelsey wasn't there at that time. I did go back and get signatures, and I had everybody sign. So when I have people sign books, when I do it, it's not often. I do this. I think this is the right way to do it. First off, if you're working a booth, you're part of the team. I don't care if you're in the book or not. Booth work is fucking hard. I've been doing booth work for ages. I mean, Drew and I talk about this all the time, that people who are your road crew, your roadies for concerts, and people who are going to these conventions and working your booth for you, they're just as much of a team. So I told them to pick a page and sign whatever the fuck they want. Because I think it's cool just to sign your favorite page, your favorite class, whatever it is that makes you happy in the book is a thing you should sign. So you can see that I had some people sign, and they signed the top of the book on certain pages for GenCon, right? Pretty cool. Wizard class, obviously favorite class for this person. And they all went through and signed different pages. Kelsey picked something I wasn't expecting. So the wizard got picked. I'm trying to think what else got picked. The potions got picked because her wife did artwork for the potions. Somebody else picked, I think, the adventuring section. Someone picked a spell. But Kelsey, like a true GM, picked a monster. And her favorite monster in the book, I believe, was the Remoraz. I think is what she signed over top of. Let me look here. Pretty sure it was the Remoraz. And talked briefly about our show on Monday. They were really excited about what we're doing. I showed them a couple of pieces. I gave them all, at least the booth crew, I gave them the ETHUANTIA patches. Just in case I ever run into them again, they get themselves an action point wherever they are. So yeah, Kelsey signed the top above the Remoraz as their favorite art piece. Right? Super fun. She did this on Sunday, so I'm skipping the signature a little bit. So I got this all signed, but what I really want to talk about, there's nothing new at the booth. Just the stuff I already have. Everyone from the Norse Foundry booth went over to get stuff. A lot of people, I was surprised that a lot of people hadn't heard about Shadowdark. I thought everyone had kind of heard about this Kickstarter. I'm wrong. D&G is just that fucking large that it swallows things. So, a whole bunch of people at the booth at Norse Foundry went and got it. A whole bunch of people from another booth I was at went and got it. And then when I was running games, told people about it, they went and picked it up. But at the booth, one of the gentlemen working, he made his own zine. So this is his first zine he's done for Shadowdark. I don't know if it's his first ever. Hell on Earth. I also had the PDF, and later on, I'm going to be recording a separate piece, and we're going to go over this. This is the new Hell on Earth. So I'm excited. I didn't look through it yet. I wanted to be surprised with the rest of you. So that was Thursday. Super fun. So those are the things I picked up on Friday, I'm sorry, on Friday. Friday night was the Ennies, but I had some appointments, so I didn't get to go to the Ennies. So we're going to go over and we're going to talk Ennies, because everybody, Ennies were wild this year. So the Ennies did well. The Ennies kind of crushed, to be honest with you. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it a little bit more. So the judges' spotlight winners are here to go through, right? Very clean, simple stuff. I have this, actually. This is amazing if you don't have it. Chew. I think Chew should have won stuff. Chew is a comic book. The fact that Chew didn't win an award and this was just kind of like the judges' spotlight, I was surprised. Gold and silver winners for Best Adventure, Call of Cthulhu, Delta Green. Delta Green is killer, right? Super good. These are things that were on here. And we're only going to go through the ETHUANTIA. I ran this, for those who don't know, I ran this during Con this year. And we played ETHUANTIA. Alchemy gave me a preview so that I can run it using Alchemy. And if you want to run a game that is an absolute fucking riot, I cannot recommend picking this up more. ETHUANTIA is phenomenal. You sit down, it is a quick play, it is a gorgeous book. It is violent and over the top. It's like if Tarantino made vampires killing Nazis. That is what this is. And if you've not played ETHUANTIA, I highly recommend picking it up. The art for this is just stunning. And the gameplay is D10 pools. And the idea is to push the envelope more and more. And the goal is to do the one thing that we would like to do, which is kill Hitler. That's the concept of the game. Very fun. I will be running this live on stream as a pickup game at some point. Check it out when you get a chance. So that's this. They're awesome. I wanted at least people to know that this was a piece that made it. I'm super happy for them. I missed them at the booth. I would have picked up a physical copy. I'm going to have to order one. One Shot Wonders, roll and play press. I don't know anything about that. I mean, it sounds cool. This is One Shot Wonders. And I'll put links to all this below. Or actually, I'll just put the Ennies awards up and the links below at the end of the show. Best aid accessory. I have been looking at buying this hex roll for so long. And then I did. And this, if you don't have this and you want to run any form of hex-based crawl, this thing is amazing. The guy's Patreon allows you to hold numerous versions of your hex world. And I'm telling you right now, hex roll doesn't only just make a map for you where you can go through and roll up a sandbox. No. It is much more than that. It propagates monsters. It propagates each city. It does everything. You can take notes in it. This is the thing you should have if you're going to run a solo campaign, a big campaign with hex crawl. I can't recommend hex roll more. It even has dungeons with lighting and miniatures. It is fucking phenomenal. Hexroll is the thing that I wish I had in the 90s when I was running tabletop RPGs. So check it out if you don't have it. The Patreon's very cheap. I subscribe to it. I will back this guy to the end of time. It is just a phenomenal piece of work. So I'm super happy to see that Hexroll won something as well. And I'll kind of drop these in chat as we go along for those who are here. So let's go back. What else do we have here? Arkham Investigator's Wallet, non-digital. I don't know what this is. Oh, I do know what this is. So I've talked to this group a few times. The Historical Society makes some of the best props for games. This is the wallet you get for $100 that just has all of this random goodness in it. And if you haven't seen this before, and you're a Cthulhu fan, I highly recommend checking their stuff out just in general. I have their big collector's edition box that they made. But you can see it has tons of stuff in it. So it's got all these special coins. It has all the money types in it. There's a bunch of photos, and it's made to run like a prop investigation game. Really cool. I didn't even know this was up. Man, I'm so sad I missed the Indies this year. I should have went. Hexcrawl Toolbox. That's this is the other thing I've been looking at. I want this for Mythic Bastion lands. If anyone has seen me talk about Mythic Bastion lands, I feel like this is made for those kind of games in person. They give you a bunch of punch out hexes that you can put down on the ground, and you can make a hex crawl as you go. I started making my own because the shipping on this is so rough. I've been trying to find anyone local that has it, but shipping for this makes it like over $120 if I remember correctly. So I haven't picked it up yet. I looked for it at Conn. I did not see it. But this is a wonderful piece if you're doing in-person anything hex crawl and you want it on your table. Think Capwn, but smaller. I feel like they really nailed this. So what else do we have? Best cover art, Eat the Reich, I already showed that. Koriko? Magical Year? I don't know what that is. What's Koriko? Oh yeah, this is a gorgeous piece of art. I do remember seeing this at a booth. Really nice, just clean, a little anime inspired. Best interior, Eat the Reich, because godlike, right? The interior art in that book is so good. This is really different. So UVG reminds me of, what is that Scavengers show on HBO? This reminds me of the Scavengers show on HBO. Super happy with this. Gorgeous art inside. This deserved to definitely win. I love cutaways like this. I'm doing this kind of stuff for my zines coming up. They're just great pieces. So fun. This is a cool looking game. I might have to grab this. Huh. Has anyone played this in the audience? Has anyone heard of that? UVG? Scott? I have not heard of it. Here's the link for it for the chat. That's really cool. I've not seen that yet. Super excited for that. Ultraviolet did well. Aliens RPG, Building Better Worlds. If you don't know what it is, I mean, come on. The cartography for that was great. But they took gold and silver. They took gold for the Dragonbane. And Dragonbane's map is super gorgeous. So I'm really excited that they won this. I think that this, let me see if we can find the map. Oh, it's not on here. Their map just crushes. It really, really does. Here's the full map set. This is the map. I got the cloth one from the Kickstarter. And as you know, our game ETHUANTIA has moved over to Dragonbane. That's where I'm going to be publishing underneath that, under the Dragonbane engine. So really love this. Big fan of it. They did great. Cthulhu's Los Hobos and Werewolves of Carcosa. This is hilarious title, but a really fun piece. I got to play the opening scenario for this. It's a 1930s grindhouse scenario. So I got to play this. Really excited about it. Think that they kind of nailed it out of the park. So if you haven't picked that up, that's another one. I'm just going to be dropping them over and over. Okay, let's talk for a minute here. I wanted to pick up this next one. I don't know why it won Best Family. I guess when I think anime, I don't think family games. And I don't know if everybody else out there feels that way. Anime to me isn't kids. I know there's a ton of kids anime. I just don't think that way as an adult. And not having kids probably has something to do with that. But I was shocked. I've been looking at picking up this game for months. I've messaged the guy saying I would love to review this. I have a couple of anime style games that I'd like to run on air. Hadn't get a chance to pick it up because it's not out yet. I don't think you can get it unless you did the Kickstarter, right? Check this though. So Break was their Kickstarter. It did very well, by the way. The campaign did great. I'm excited for what it is. It definitely did well just in general. Like I feel like they knew what they were building. So let me see if I can find the Break RPG. Here we go. I want the webpage. I know. You can't buy it yet, but the art's all really clean. It has some great styling to it, but they won it for Best Family Game, and they won, I think, Layout. It's an A5 book, which I've really been digging lately. I love this stuff. Look at this. That is so fucking cool. Great layout. Tells you how things works. It's just, it's fantastic. Quick rules, 5e based, and they just nailed the art. They nailed the style. This is something I'm very interested in picking up whenever I get the chance. If I Were a Lich Man from Hit Point Press was the next one. I got a silver and best family game. I haven't seen this. This does not look family game-ish to me. But hey, what do I know? Are those dreidels? Oh my God. What is this? This looks amazing. Oh, okay. Okay. That is a keeper. Dreidels? Spinny tops? This looks so cool. What the fuck is this? If I Were a Lich Man, this is phenomenal. They have an online one. Huh. Right? Okay. We're going to be... This is getting reviewed. Hold on, everybody. We're going to do a review for this. Let me move some stuff aside. Eric's got to take some notes. We're going to make sure that we review If I Were a Lich Man. If I Were a Lich Man. Done. That's going to be down for review, everybody. So expect something for that later. I know some people at Hit Point Press. I'll contact them. Well, anyway, if you didn't pick this up, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. You'll need 1 onion. My Little Pony role-playing. Hey, AW. My Little Pony role-playing game limited edition core set from Renegade Game Studios is out, my friend. Obviously, this is for you, buddy. It won some Ennies from Renegade. Are you going to pick yourself up My Little Pony? AW, I'm going to clip this just for you. Your game is released, and I feel like you deserve to know that you need to buy yourself your My Little Pony campaign book. If you buy it and send me a PDF, I will run Apocalypse Ponies on some weekend for a group of people. I have some friends who would love to play this. Sarah Babe would probably come play. She's a huge My Little Pony, Apocalypse Pony fan. I think I'll run it. But AW, you got to pick it up and give me the PDF. Oh, shit. Well, congrats to them for making it to the Ennies. I had no idea. Then we get into best free game, the free RPG Day Indie Anthology. This is very good if you don't have it. Rivers of London. I do want to show this out. It's from Chaosium. This is a great piece if you don't have Rivers of London and you are a fan of running solo games. This is a fantastic solo game. Like, legitimately a good time. I have done this one on my own. If you are interested in the solo game. What else can I tell you? All right, we're getting into the big one. So now we can talk about some other stuff. I'm gonna multitask. Lots of best games. Outgun Scott. Outgun took a silver this year. And not only did it take silver, good sir, I did more. On Sunday when I was leaving, Tim and I were running around to do final goodbyes. We went to see our friend Jason Nelson from Legendary Games. If you're a Pathfinder 1 or 5e fan, he puts out phenomenal products. They were there, Scott. They were there. Not only were they there, they also had the screens. These screens were only $15. Look at this. Gloriousness of action. Total glory action. Here's the other side. How awesome is this? I love a good GM screen that is low to the ground. I didn't think they were going to be a GenCon. So they were leaving on Sunday. I unfortunately didn't get to get it signed. I had no idea they were there. A buddy of mine told me, so we ran by the booth. I picked this up. I will be doing something with this in the future. I think I'm going to do some start playing games. If anyone's interested in playing, I think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to be running Terminator. for those who are interested in playing it. I think it'll be on there. I'll probably schedule something these weeks coming up. And then, of course, this is where it starts. Shadowdark. We should talk for a minute here. Shadowdark won a lot at this con. They took home, I think, 4. You're going to see they took Product of the Year, Best Game, Best Rules, Best Layout and Design. They took 4. 4. Excited for them. So Outgun took silver, right? And then Shadowdark RPG, Arcane Library took gold. Oh, what was that, Scott? I'm running the adventure, the Medusa one. Hold on, for those that are watching the stream, and this is recorded as well. Scott says I'm running the adventure expansion. We're having a blast. That's the Medusa one, right? I'm excited. Let me know how it goes, because the game is phenomenal. And he's talking about Outgun for those who are looking at this down below. What else do we have here? Let's keep going. CPR Augment, Best Layout. I can't believe this took silver. Like, I love Shadowdark. I think Shadowdark is gorgeously laid out. It's easy to understand. It's easy to find things. But Cyber plus Punk is one of the most gorgeous crafted pieces I have ever seen. It is a phenomenal work of art. But it took silver. I was just expecting a gold for it. I was hoping. Thai Monsters, Best Monster Adversary? I don't know what this is. Ooh, I like the art. Is this for Mork Borg? Well, that's another one, everybody. Another Annie Award winner that looks like it's well worth it. That's the one from in our chat right now. He is talking about, he's running the adventure expansion and having a blast, but they have a new one coming out, which is the Mummy Indiana Jones Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's the Compass debacle that's going on right now. But yeah, I am excited for that. It should be fun. This is cool looking. I've not seen this before. I'm gonna have to look into this. This is another good one. It looks gorgeous, whatever this is, right? So what else do we have here? Warhammer, Glory, Xenos. I mean, look, the Warhammer stuff's always gorgeous. It looks great. It's the glossary. Cubicle 7 never fucks around. Alexandrian. I don't know what this is. Dream. Oh, this is cool. Great art for this book. So that took that. This is the full breakdown of RPG reviews. He is well known for doing these. Dave is a fantastic person. I'm subscribed to their stuff. What else do we have? Arkham Investigator's Wallet for best product values. The Magical Year one again. Kobold's Guide to Role Playing, which is cool. There's a lot of really good authors that made it in here. That makes me happy. So you want to be a game master, everything you need to know to start your tabletop adventure for Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and other systems. Took gold from Justin Alexander. This gentleman wrote this. I have not read this. I do have it on my shelf. I really wish it was an audio format. Super cool book for people who want to start doing this. Pathfinder Player Core. The new version took silver. Good for them. Of course, Shadowdark gold, baby. Shadowdark all the time. It's going to keep... You're going to see this a lot. I'm calling it. I said before we went into this is going to be game of the show. Said that. And I said that they are going to blow up this year even more than their Kickstarter. I highly believe that. Pathfinder Lost Omens took gold for best setting. I haven't looked at it. Maybe it's really good. I don't know what Valley of Flowers is. Ooh, I like the cover. That's cool. Very different art style. Interesting. Very interesting piece. I've not seen this. I know nothing about it. Fantasy campaign setting of mythic adventure designed for use with old school role playing. Okay, so OSR. Nice. Aliens, of course, build better worlds. It's amazing. Griffin Saddlebag Book 2. This Griffin Saddlebag stuff is awesome. I love these. They're full of 500 illustrated magical items in here. I believe Haas did all the illustrations for these magical items. I think that's him. I'm not positive, though. Call of Cthulhu against this, the Static. This is great. I think this is the modern one. Yeah. Really cool. Cloud Empress. I don't know this one. Oh, I've seen this book. It's got the old dime store novel book. The old fantasy. Pretty cool. What is this based in? Is this its own system? Expand your journey, expansive Nausicaa-inspired fantasy campaign setting ruled by giant magic cicadas. No. No. It's for Mothership? Ooh, everyone. I'll put this in here. That excites me that it's for Mothership. Product of the year, Outgun took silver and Shadowdark took gold. That's awesome. So, what a rundown this year, everybody, of different things. If you want to look at the Ennies yourself, I'll put the link down in the notes below. I'll also put them to our audience here. Check them out. See if there's anything that's good for you. The Ennies are a great way to see what's new, what looks great, and all that kind of jazz. The only other things I want to talk about for GenCon before I finish this is pretty simple. One, Alien 2nd Edition was announced while we were there. I think Scott might have just said that in chat. I'm super excited for this. I'm curious to see what exactly is going to change for Alien 2nd Edition. I'm not salty at all, Scott. I'm fine with it. I think it's going to be 100% backwards compatible, and I think really what it's going to be is a core book that updates and adds Romulus and some other things. That's my personal opinion. I don't have a problem with it. It is their most popular game. There are flaws in it. We'll see exactly what it includes. What else from Gen Con can I tell you? It was weird. Night times were ghost towns. Everyone was spread out. I did get to see some friends, but not enough. I did pick up a few more things. And so, Gaming Paper kindly gave me one of their new initiative tree stands to showcase and use. If you play at home, you've probably seen these before. But the initiative trees are the ones where they're weighted on the bottom, right? And they have dry erase on them, so you can put people's initiative score, player side, monster side, and you can kind of go through and put all these on for all your players and monsters, and you just dry erase them on there, and you can move them around versus having to rewrite it all the time. I'm a big fan of these. I have an acrylic one downstairs, but it broke on me. This is like a hardened plastic, which I really enjoy. Super weighted base. But what I don't have, because he didn't have enough of it, is for all those people who just started playing, or if you're getting out of COVID and you're going to start playing together again, he has a player's kit. It comes with this, 4 dice trays, dry erase hex squares, and like 4 or 5 other things in this big starter box. And it's for 4 people. I think it's only like $90 or $100. It has everything in it for 4 people at your home to start playing games together. But these alone are nice, and I like that it's got some flex. My acrylic one snapped in my bag, this one doesn't, and it's heavy, man. It's got some weight. On top of that, I'm doing some isometric work right now, and he gave me one of his new big dry erases, but the back side of it, and I haven't looked at this yet, he told me the back side is made for isometric. So we're going to look real quick, because I'm a big isometric fan. This is from Gaming Paper. I've worked with Eric Bauer numerous times over the years. The guy is amazing. Ooh, it's a hard one. Ooh. Oh. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of isometric maps. So you can see the back side of this. It's got isometric on it. And it's thin. Unlike the Chessex one, it's really thin. It's got some, like, I mean, it's durable, but it's thinner. Like, you don't feel like you're carrying a paperweight. So what does this say? Square isometric, 48 by 34.5. Roll, don't fold. Keep it rolled. Storage, the mat will degrade if exposed to excessive heat or sunlight. I know that. Cleanup should be done using only water and mild detergent. Same. Use wet erase markers. Do not use permanent markers or dry erase markers. Okay. Cool. I have wet erase. I got some here. But I'm going to be doing some isometric maps because I love ISOs. I think that they add variety to a game. I don't think you always need a combat grid. And I think that this could be a really good added bonus to your repertoire for maps. So I got that. He gave me that to bring home and draw on. Super excited with that. I got more of it. I got some unexpected stuff. So I'm going to be doing I got a rolling cart to do interviews live at smaller cons. I was going to do it at this con, but I couldn't. It was too packed, we'll say. And I got 3 more things to show off for GenCon purchases. Okay. So first, I went by Mantic. The gentleman from Dungeon Craft is recommended some booths, and I checked a couple of those out. And one of them is this. I wanted small doors and stuff that I can put on the table because I'm doing Corpse Talk live at conventions. So these are hard. They take paint, but they're pre-painted pieces. They're super durable. You can throw them around and they don't break. And I also got their terrain crate, which has got walls. Right? Like so. So I can build out stuff. And then I'm doing a big Lazy Susan so that I can rotate it and I can do Corpse Talk live at conventions. And the goal is to be giving out prizes to random people who play from people I interview. And just little things and stuff like that. But mostly to be able to do live stuff there. But then, Tim and his buddy Sean on Thursday night gave me shit because I've never played Dungeon Crawl Classics. Never played. I know what it is. I have a dice set. I know what they're for. I know what they're about. I haven't picked it up. But then they told me they remade something that I did love growing up. I was a big fan. When I think it was 3.0 or 3.5, they made X-Crawl. You guys remember X-Crawl? Yeah. X-Crawl. I'm a big fan of that, and they have made it now for Dungeon Crawl Classics. Goodman Games may be one of my favorite community companies ever. They love playing with their fans. They love running great games. They have road teams. They have a van that was parked inside the stadium, the oil stadium, that plays music and all this stuff. Like, they get it. Like, they dig into the idea of community makes gaming good. So while I was looking around the booth because I was going to pick it up, instead I picked up the new X-Crawl. And as a matter of fact, they had it to where Kickstarters, they could come pick up the new DCC or the XCC RPG. Gets better. They had extra collector's editions. This isn't out for purchase yet. Look at that shine, baby. Look at this. This brings me back. This brings me back to Palladium days. I played a lot of Palladium back in the day. I'm going to be reviewing this. We're going to make some characters this week in using this book as well. Learn how it goes. I picked up myself some glow in the dice. They're a huge set all the way up to the D30. I'm excited for this. I don't mind it. I love custom dice and weird dice. I'm super excited about that. But I just never played DCC. I've always been too busy when I go to cons. I got this signed by one of the creators. The art in this book, I just want to show you the splash pages so you can see it. For example. Yeah. Look at this. Little Mad Magazine feel to it. And you're going, what's X-Crawl? You haven't told me what the fuck it is. You haven't told me. What is it? So I'm going to ask a real simple question. Do you all remember Smash TV? The video game? I was a big Smash TV fan. Do you remember Logan's Run? Or Running Man? Any of those? Guess what? That's what this is. Are you ready? You'll need it. Oh, yeah. I have a soundboard ready. I really do. This soundboard is ready because I love this.
I'd buy that for $1.
So we're going to be running some X-Crawl at some time. You play teams. It's definitely right up my alley for how I run stuff. You're sponsored by the audience, and the concept is very simple for X-Crawl. The Greek and Roman gods never died, and you still worship them, and now you're running games for the entertainment of the audience and for the gods. So I'll be running some X-Crawl at some point in time. I'm really excited for this. So this is the other thing I picked up. That was it for purchases. I didn't pick anything else up. Things I would like to tell people when going to GenCon. This is I'm clipping this for sure. Got a couple of things for you. One, it's okay to shower more than once a day when you're at GenCon. It was hot there, everybody. Go back to your hotel, shower. Two, carry the things you need. Always have water. Have some wipes on you. Everyone was sweating their ass off. Bring some deodorant with you. Please, for the love of yourself and everyone the fuck around you, bring deodorant with you. Do not coat yourself in Axe body spray or cologne. That is the worst thing you can do. I would rather smell your BO than Axe body spray and a bottle of cologne. It makes everyone's allergies act up, even if they don't have any. All right? Those are my only things I have to say you should probably bring with you. Bring something to snack on. Agreed, Star Drew. I think that is a very, very true statement. Bring something to eat. Bring a snack. Have some power bars on you. Have water. Have something you can refill. All that kind of stuff. Even if it's just a water bottle and you keep refilling it. Take your meds. Take Airborne. If you don't know this, Airborne is 4 a day. I always thought it was 2. It's 4. Don't eat them all at once. 2 in the morning. 2 at night. Take some vitamin D. And if you can get sleep, do it. I can't tell you to do that because I don't, but you should. You should try. But that's it for us for the GenCon review of this. If you're here in the live show, stick around. We're going to be doing more. But thank you so much. If you have just found me for the first time, you know all the buttons to click. Turn the bell on. We do live shows. And this week, I'll be doing a bunch of reviews as well as I go over the X-Crawl Classics. I'm going to be going over this lovely new zine for Shadowdark. And then, of course, we're going to be playing some Solo Dark this week as well. But that's it for this piece. Stick around for the rest of the live show if you're here. All right, so that was a recording. I'll get to chop that up and do stuff with it. So we're going to do more for this. I'm not done. I intend to be on for a while today, everybody. So this is the soundboard that I was playing off of. Look at all this stuff. 10 seconds. I am so excited to run this. I can't even tell you. So let's look at Goodman Games. Scott, you've played Goodman Games, right? Altoids. I bring gum. Bring a little Pez dispenser of gum. But you've played a lot of DCC, right, Scott? Have you seen the Music of the Spheres? This box set is hella cool. It's got a rotating map. Like all these little pieces spin, and this is a full adventure for DCC. You can still get the Listerine patches. That's not true. They still exist. I don't think those are gone. You played a ton of DCC. Okay. So this is the... Have you played this then? Because this is hella cool. These spin. So this spins, this spins, this spins. I built a map like this out of a Dyson logo tower where I pinned them all together and screwed them and moved them. Super cool that they did this. Such a fun concept for a dungeon. And then, besides this, we show you, we want PDF store. God, their site is slow. I fought with the site when I was at GenCon too, trying to get it to load. So Mutant Crawl Classics I've played before, and I played it in different formats. I've never played the DCC version. It's the 100th module, yeah. So we scroll down. I love all their art, by the way. They have... I love that they give love to the people who've written stuff for them. Right? Super cool. But what I'm looking for... I want to see all their PDFs. I need to get the PDF for Xcrawl. Because it's too hard to show books off on stream. I have a new way to do it. It's just not fun. It's a fucking pain in the ass. But I have a way to move this camera I have over here off the wall now if I wanted to do it. I'd rather have the PDF. It's so much easier to showcase it. Damn, it's not in here. That's hilarious. Huh. Let me see if I can find XCC in here. We'll search it. So here's all the old Xcrawl. This is the collectors. This is the screen. Do they have it? I don't know if they do. Because my understanding is it wasn't out yet. And I want the Xcrawl one, not... Not Dungeon Crawl. Yeah, they don't have it yet. Because they were doing the Kickstarter at pickup at GenCon. So I don't think they have it yet. As I'm looking. Dungeon Crawl only. They had the Dungeon Battle in Brooklyn. And see, the old one used the different rules. This new one uses the full die set. That's why it's different. I don't know what the cover looks like. This is Insider. This is the collector's edition rule book. Let me see if I click this, if I can just get the PDF. Oh, there it is. Xcrawl Classics reference booklet, print and PDF pre-order. I'm going to email the guy I was talking to and see if I can't get a hold of it. Because I just want the PDF. It's the new edition. Oh, Xcrawl's been around for a long time, but not the new edition. I just got the new edition. This one here is the new edition. That's okay. I will review it this week. I'll find a way. Everything is sold out for these. They had 50 books left on Sunday for Shadowdark, and they sold them out. So if you're looking to get a book, order while you can. She said she has more coming at the end of this month. So if you're interested in picking up Shadowdark and you don't have it yet, one, if you don't have it, get it. It's fucking awesome. It's more than a 5e. It's not a clone. It's its own beast. I highly recommend it. But if you're going to do it, order it now. I promise you, because of the Ennies, this is going to sell out. So do yourself the service of getting it while you can. And it comes with the print and the PDF. So just get it. If you don't have it yet, pre-order it from the Arcane Library. I'm going to put it in the notes. I'm not sponsored by them, nothing. I'm just telling you to get it while you can. Here you go. Super excited for that. Nominees were cool. That was cool. But now we got to get in some Drama Llama land, boys and girls. We got to get into Drama Llama land. We're going to be recording another piece here. I'm going to warn everybody, I'm going to get real spicy during this. So I'm angry for them. We're going to watch a piece on it first, okay? So let me bring this over. We're going to look up the Wizards controversy. And specifically, I think we're going to look up Indestructiboys. I'm going to mute this. So we're going to watch this as a group really quick and go over it because I want you to know why I'm salty. And then I'm going to record my version of this whole fucking debacle. So we're just going to watch this as a group. I respect this guy a lot. He's making his own game system called Vagabond. He has been putting out reviews, some fantastic reviews, some really good stuff. If you haven't seen what he does, I recommend checking him out. So we're going to quickly, it's only 7 minutes, but I want you to get the pain points and then I'll get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wizards of the Coast is here to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory yet again. Now, I'm not encouraging people to get their torches and pitchforks ready just quite yet, but just letting you all know that there is a little bit of a fucky-wucky situation going on.
Yeah, this is fucking
regarding
bullshit.
Wizards of the Coast copyright striking beloved YouTuber and a friend of mine, Jordan, PhD,
Welcome to the show, buddy.
over his flip through of the new player's handbook, also sending several different alerts, I guess takedowns for other creators, in a time where they should be.
Now, before I record, because we're obviously going to watch this, I'm going to do what I normally do, record a quick 10 to 15 minute piece on what's going on as well. And I have something spicy that I want to do for it. But for those who don't know, the short version of this is the timeline matters. Timeline matters a lot for this, actually. At GenCon, Wizards of the Coast decided to release X amount of books a day that you could get event tickets to go stand in line on the stadium to pick them up. But it was only like 700 books or something like that a day, 740, some weird number. And there's only a couple days they did it. And it ended up being like 3,000 books that you could buy. Now, when there is somewhere between 80 to 90,000 people there, that is not a large percentage of people who get the book. They did a content creators private show. That got tweeted out by the Nerdist. Was it Nerdist who did it? Someone tweeted it out and tweeted the whole show. And it was really good. They did a good job and they kind of broke down what happened. But you weren't allowed to showcase things from the show. It is using the DCC rules. Yeah, that's correct, Full. What's his name? Nerdarchy. I didn't get to see him this year. I think it's Nerdarchy. No? Was it Nerd Immersion? It's Nerd Immersion. Anyway, I didn't get to see him at the show. He covered it and tweeted out the entire press event. The press event was like 30-something minutes. There's a lot of really weird things that happened during this event. Some good, some bad. And I will say, this gentleman, he is very positive about it. Horrible pause. But he is very positive about what he saw there, right?
Here,
tired, obviously doing it from his hotel room. He's good. He's good shit. I love his stuff. We covered a lot of stuff for us when we were. I was working for Cobalt Press. He's just a sincere person and very kind about it. He's happy about a lot of the new changes, but the drama he doesn't cover because he may do a video. I don't believe he's covered it yet, but a whole bunch of people have. And what ended up happening is Thursday, so last Sunday or the Sunday before GenCon, people got preview copies of the book, content creators. You could ask for them if you wanted, and they would send them out for certain people. In May, they gave out PDFs that were under NDA. You could not show anything, and that didn't lift until the 1st. When they sold them at GenCon, they released that stuff. Now, this is important to know. May, there's a PDF, right? Then the Sunday, not the direct Sunday, but 2 Sundays before GenCon, a book came to people. NDA lifts, right to talk about it comes out August 1st, because they're selling them at GenCon. You can no longer hide it. People made videos in advance ready to go so they could have them out August 1st while they're at GenCon, or just so they had them out first, because that's what you do as a content creator. Then people started getting copyright strikes and strikes against their YouTube channel.
which is what he's going to go over.
Rejoicing over all of the free coverage that essentially every other company in this industry would kill to have. Now, this was shared today about 6 hours ago. This is from Jordan. The
That's
page is
100%
silent.
true.
So, despite fulfilling
And Jordan is
Blizzard's
the gentleman who got hit first on this. I went through all of his threads on X and all that kind of stuff. He's the one who got hit first.
request for the flip through video, I was issued a copyright strike on my channel. 3 strikes terminates your channel. I don't think going over the 2024 PHB is worth losing my channel. I've been working on it since 2017. As you can see right here, the link, everything, this is for the 2024 PHB flip through on Jordan's channel. And this is a strike issued by C. Reynolds at Reynolds Law.
You can see that they're sending the digital Pinkertons out after people, right? Now, I don't want to watch this full video. I will put a link down below for people to watch it. I'll also have it. I'll have it in the notes afterwards because I highly recommend watch it all. Don't just watch me because I'm gonna be mean about this because I'm tired of being nice to Wizards of the Coast.
Law.legal, according to Noah Downs, who's my lawyer friend over on Twitch. We're getting on your.
So after they did the reviews, posted them up, they got their strikes. They got contact. Dungeon Craft got contact. No, Dungeon Craft did not. I take that back. Sly Flourish got hit really hard with asks and demands. Right? So the way it worked was they told everyone they had to take their videos down because they showed too much stuff and they broke what they were told they were allowed to do, which isn't true. The letter did not say anything about flipping through the book, what pages they were allowed to show, or anything. So this guy just got hit. My understanding is this gentleman showed the PDF off on screen because it was easier to show to the audience instead of doing a book, right? So he got hit because he used the PDF. Guess you weren't allowed to do that. Because why? Wizards doesn't make PDFs. After that happened, other people got strikes. Sly Flourish got strikes. Sly Flourish has been around for a long time. They were doing a walkthrough of it. They put a whole bunch of work into it. And then they told them they had to blur stuff. Fucking blur things. The video's already up. Right? Video's already up. I'm already getting angry. I'm trying not to. I'm already getting angry about it, though. And because they were told to do this stuff, they had to go back through and blur out their fucking videos. Are you kidding me? So we're going to pull up the EN World thing on this as well. Because I want this during our call. Videos got pulled off. They're unavailable. This is the YouTube from Jordan of what happened. We're going to use this during our show. Everyone has used this. Right? Flipping through everything. D&D Shorts got hit as well. New Player's Handbook. He had to take one down, some up. And he had a lot of zoom-ins and did a lot of work on his. So he's working with them on what to do. I'm not going to be kind. So I hope you all are ready. I'm going to be saltified by this. Because it's fucking bullshit. We need some music for this. Oh, there's only one thing that could be used for this. Only one thing. One of my favorite songs for anger. We're going to go with... Ooh. We're going to go with this. All right. Hey, I have something for this too on screen. That I'll be using for this. So I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to pull myself into this. We're going to record this. It's going to be like a 10-minute piece. We're going to rain salt. And because I don't ever intend, I am a D&D fan. I think all of us are D&D fans. So I don't want you to think that I hate the game. I just hate the people in charge. So let's get this recording going. We're going to go to full cam. Boom. Make sure I don't look like a pond. You know what? This is the wrong color for this. We need a different color background. Hold on. Feel like if I don't give this the proper service. So first off, this can't be this cute piece. We need fire. fire. Let's get some good animated fire here. Burning. You know, should we use Elmo? Fiery Elmo? I think Fiery Elmo seems right, right? Do we want Fiery Elmo or do we want I want something burning. I want something like actually burning, on fire. I'm going to put burning in, see if we get something different. Oh, this is good. The skull with the fire behind it? I don't hate that. That's pretty solid. Flaming slime. Wait. This seems the most appropriate. A flaming ampersand? I don't know if I can find a flaming ampersand. Let me see. Fire. D and D fire. Let's see what happens. D and D fire. Maybe there'll be something here. I'll put some music back out while we're doing this. That's not for the name. Hold on. It's coming through the mic and I want it. There we go. Let's try Dungeons and Dragons. Fire. Let's just try Dungeons and Dragons. So I have a regular ampersand. It's not animated. I'm gonna try one more thing. I would love just a big dragon dick hitting the fucking D&D universe. Gonna get a strike today? We'll see. Yeah, it is. I've turned down. I'm prepping for the opening so I can turn it up and turn it down. Serving hands. It'll get both will get done. Oh, color. We're just gonna go with Terminator. I think we're gonna go burning. Let's do a burning house. Burning house. Ooh. House fire. Look at this. Watch this shit. Boom. Yeah, it was loud. I'm setting it up to record. You'll see why. Hey, Tweet. This. I think I'm staying with this. That's too good. It's just fucking funny. All right, so we gotta get the right colors. You know what? Hold on. Do I have an effects? I have fire. Little flickering fire for you. Live feed of Gygax spinning his grave. No shit. All right, everybody. I got the proper music for this. There's only one thing I can use for this. So I'm gonna hit record. 3, 2, 1. And get the music going.
I wake up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, fuck, I'll say it anyway. Everybody tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just want to feel okay. Yeah, I battle with depression, but the question still remains. Is this post-traumatic stress or am I suppressing?
Hey everybody, welcome to EFP Live. We're going to be doing a little review here of the situation going on with Wizards of the Coast. I am fucking salty. I have my combo breaker salty thing that I can squeeze because this is fucking bullshit. I am so tired of Wizards of the Coast getting to do whatever they want and everyone just bending over and taking it like a prison scene. So let's talk about the biggest mistake that Wizards of the Coast has done. I'll take us off this. I'll get us some different music. I don't want us to be angry the entire time. The red is going. The house is burning. D&D put out the Player's Handbook for 2024. And there are a lot of excited people. And they should be excited. It has been 10 years since they've gotten ratified rules and eroded stuff for their favorite game. Now, granted, I love D&D as like the idea and concept of what it's made and what it's brought to the industry, how people are able to have a living now in tabletop, which no one ever would have thought that would have been a possibility. But content creating around this has been shady and dangerous since day one, because you never knew when you were to get slapped in the face with a strike on YouTube. Specifically YouTube, not so much on Twitch. And that's what happened. So let me give you a little bit of precursor before we go through the people who have been boned by this. And I will say this up front. Wizards of the Coast is fixing it. They're fixing it. But that's not enough, because they make these large mistakes as a corporate entity that's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. Billions if you include Hasbro. And they keep doing this shit. So it's time to bitch and talk about it. Oh, so fucking salty about this. So salty. All right, let's hit up Classified. This is Dungeon Craft. He does a great side-by-side review of Shadowdark and the lovely D&D 2024 edition. I'll link it down below. And I have Classified up to talk about the things that have happened. He put this really well by having this up, because this is what it feels like. First off, a lot of these content creators got access to a PDF back in May. You know, you could have signed up for it and said yes, but you had to sign the NDA and you couldn't talk about it. Some people turned this down because if they couldn't do coverage for it, it wasn't worth the time. For example, I know Sly Flourish in his video talked about how he wasn't going to be looking over the NDA'd PDF. This is important. D&D doesn't make PDFs. So this is one of the first times we've seen PDFs, but they're not a PDF for consumers. They're a PDF for content creators to look through them, to be able to review them and get ready and talk about them, but you couldn't fucking show anything. Fast forward 2 Sundays before GenCon, hard copies start going out to content creators. I obviously didn't get one. I'm not, 1, big enough, and 2, we all know what I'm gonna do when I get a hold of it. Now, we all have friends that work in the industry at Wizards of the Coast. I want to preface every shade I'm about to throw and say this is not towards them. This is not towards the people crafting what we play. This is specifically towards decision makers that keep making horribly bad decisions that just rain salt all over the parade. So Sunday they get these, they start looking over them. Many content creators start recording pieces to put out their 2024 PHB reviews. At GenCon, they sold event tickets where you could go and pick up a copy of the book early. Now, I want to say there's between 80 to 90,000 people at GenCon this year. It's the 50th anniversary for Dungeons and Dragons. But they only give out like, I don't know, 700 something a day. So like 3,000 people got it. Do the math. It's a very small percentage of people who have it. But the point is, that means it officially released at GenCon. So all the NDAs and the street dates get lifted for content creators to make their content to put out. And that takes us to all these wonderful people who are making things. And then the drama llama ensues. EN World put some great coverage up. I'll put that down below as well. D&D 2024 Handbook Video Reactions and Takedowns. When this came out, a whole bunch of well-known content creators started getting hit with takedowns and strikes for the content they made for Player's Handbook 2024. And I will say a lot of these content creators have been very nice about it, and it is a true statement. The content creators, if they want to be viable within the tabletop industry, and especially in RPGs, and want to be able to make money on their content and get the views to drive traffic, to grow their audience and grow the people who enjoy what they do, you have to cover D&D. You just do. If I never had to cover it, I wouldn't. I actually don't like drama. I maybe enjoy being angry, though, for those who know me. And this is nuts. They started making people take down their videos, and I think the very first thing we saw was with this gentleman here. You got a copyright removal request in the video based on applicable copyright law. We removed your video from YouTube. I would like to say they went back, the strikes have been taken down. I want you all to know that. But you're going, why? Why did he get hit with strikes? This doesn't make a modicum of sense. Well, he got hit with strikes because they were worried about people taking photos of still images of the video, flipping through the book, and making their own D&D 2024 Player's Handbook. I just want that to sink in. Someone's gonna take screenshots of all this, compile it into a PDF document, so they could have theirs 6 weeks early at the recording of this video. If someone wants to do that, there are easier ways. They could have went on eBay and bought a $100 version of the book from someone who got it at GenCon, tore it apart, scanned it, and had real good copies, all the way down to searchable. And if somebody wants to do that because they're so excited about seeing the Wizards of the Coast product, why in the shit are you hitting people with copyright strikes? So it gets better. Not only top of that, Sly Flourish posted a walkthrough of his Player's Handbook, and the gentleman set up a top-down camera so people could see it. He did like a real walkthrough, flip through, because he was excited and wanted all of you to be excited as well. What did they do? They made him blur his video. On his video, which I'll also link down below, he talks about the percentages for single page and double page because he got an email. And I will again say they gave him a second email afterwards saying, hey, we understand that we didn't tell you you couldn't shoot or record these pieces or include them in your content, but they did it after everyone's stuff went out. Why? Why? Because they forgot. They forgot to send out an email that told these content creators what they could or couldn't do. This is free fucking publicity, Wizards of the Coast. You don't pay a fucking dime other than giving them the books that you're printing to look at your shit. And now you should have just ate it and said, no, we're not. Fuck it. We fucked up. We didn't send it out. We're fucked. Let's change our game plan. But instead of doing that, they started copyright striking everybody. I don't give a shit if they do take them away. You look like villains. Shave your head, Lex Luthor. Let's go. Because that's all they're doing. They look like a villain every time they open their mouth. And I know this comes from the hierarchy on down. I don't understand. Why when the book is already out at GenCon and people can look at it, are you so worried about people making their own PDFs? There's an easy solution to this. And I know other content creators have had this. And I have a strong opinion on this. Shit, you all know how I feel about PDFs. D&D, take all of your old library and put it up on whatever your new DM's guild's going to be. And let people have access to the old edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And then when this one releases, put out the PDF for fuck's sake. Everyone wants a PDF for quick perusal. Physical copies are great if I'm going to run a game. Hyperlink your book and put it out as a PDF. You already have it. It wouldn't take you but minutes to do. While print versions are slightly different than PDF, it's not hard when you're a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company with Hasbro to just put out the PDF. All this piracy bullshit that you're worried about, you would sell more, but you're not going to do it because you want everyone to get D&D Beyond. And your VTT. That you had people run a live show with GenCon, and now you're saying that you're all in on digital and that you will be making tons of digital products for the D&D brand, but the people who are covering you digitally, you're fucking. And if this was like the one mistake they made, that would be fine. But they have been making countless mistakes since the OGL debacle, just over and over and over and over and over again. It is such a broken record. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what their prices are going to be for their VTT. They haven't talked about it openly to what I'm allowed to say. But you can't just burn these people. So as you scroll through, you can see he got hit. Obviously, D&D Shorts. This guy makes amazing pieces. They hit him as well. I know, as far as I know, the only person that got a strike was the first one. And again, it was taken away. It doesn't fucking matter that it went away. What matters is that you guys keep doing this. This is free. Any company in the world, as Instructo Boy said, they would kill to have this publicity. Any other company. And he is 1,000% right. Anyone else. If Goodman Games over the new X-Crawl could get this kind of publicity, they would eat it up. But no. They're worried about someone scanning them pages. Scanning them. Just like at the event, you weren't allowed to take pictures of things behind this closed door, but you could live tweet. I worked in video games for a long time. When I was at E3, and back when it was press only at E3, not even open to the public, we would go to these symposium pieces where it was a huge stage production where we'd see the new games behind the scenes, and there were some things we were allowed to say and other things we weren't. But D&D is different than a video game. It is a physical product with art, rules, and layout. I mean, the core books aren't even about story, right? PHP is not about story. It's about making your characters and how you play the game. From a player's perspective. So we need to see the product. And I have been harping on this since July. They just talked about all their classes, but never let us see what it was. Someone in one of my comments said, hey, you can see some of the mechanics now. So they put it out later. And now that people are covering and putting out mechanics, that's not okay. Because someone will steal their product. Well, I hate to tell you this, Wizards. But because you did this, you know people are going to set sails and pirate the shit out of whatever you put out. Because you went and made the audience angry again. Do the right thing. Treat your content creators and your fans, because your content creators were fans. Some still are. Treat them like they're family. Stop treating them like they're prisoners. Stop treating them like they're trying to rob you. If 500 people make a PDF out of it, out of that 500, if your stuff is good and you were to put out the PDF to buy, it was hyperlinked, they would buy it. Just like they're probably going to buy your book. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a hold of the book and I'm going to cut the bitch apart. I'm going to splice the spine. I'm going to compare it to the old one, the one I had that broke after 2 months. I'm going to compare the pages and how they handle just oil on your hands and see how well they smudge. I'm going to compare some of the classes and I'm going to cut it apart and treat it like it should be. Dissected like a fucking science experiment. That's it for me. I'm sorry to all you content creators that got burned by this. You deserve better. Thank you for all the ones that have given in-depth coverage. Check out Ian's World stuff on this if you want to know more. And I'll keep following this. I know they fixed one problem, but the question is, when's the next one? What are they going to stub their toe on next? Be better. You are supposed to be the inspiration for the industry, not the class clown. Okay. That's the salt. It's bullshit. The more detail on it, boiling, hold on, a little water here. There is some things that were mentioned in this article that I'm not diving into, but they legitimately sent out a bunch of stuff. And Professor Dungeon Master, or Dungeon Craft, he went through and he compared exactly what I want to do. He compared this to theirs. Basically fighter for fighter, but he did exactly what I wanted to do, and I'd probably do something similar. He blurs out. Like, the beginning of this video is hilarious. Watch this. Let me mute this. This is funny as shit.
Today on Dungeon Craft.
Great guy, teacher out of New York. Great, makes great content. I met him through Tim Hitchcock at GenCon. But watch this shit.
Welcome to Dungeon Craft. I'm Professor.
I'm only going to show you what he does in the beginning. We're not going to watch the whole thing.
Role-playing games, and if you are a carbon-based life form who enjoys the clackety-clack of polyhedral dice, like and subscribe. New 20 sweeping.
There we go. So he's blurring the book when he shows it, but not theirs, right? Which is hilarious. But wait till you see. Let's get through this. He's the guy who got the copyright straight and took down. Look at this. The amount of shade that just this is. Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. Blurred. Stick-drawn version of the cover. I laughed so hard at this when it came out. And he went through afterwards and he put out like he gets stats and stuff like that for what it is. It's and it's glue binding. This is why I'm cutting it apart. So I knew this going in. I got hands-on with it at Gen Con for a little bit. I signed the spider on Haas's stuff from fuck, what's the name of his something scroll? Haas, why am I forgetting the name of your company, buddy? Hold on. Dungeon Scribe. I signed his spider. He was walking through the Hunter's Party on Saturday night after we had St. Elmo's, which was delicious. But it's glue binding, 384 pages. You know, it is what it is. He kind of goes through it. And then Shadowdark, he gives the hard digest side, stitched and glued binding, bookmark ribbon. He breaks the whole thing down. I'm going to be doing something similar when I cut the pages apart and showcase them. I'm going to be comparing classes to other classes in other books that I think are better, which will be fun. I think the Ranger is going to be the hardest one to compare. And I think the Monk, I'll just do Pathfinders. I think Pathfinder's Monk is my favorite one right now. PF2. So they break it all down. And this guy, he sat through the entire like symposium piece, right? But all he could do is live tweet it. And then these are the things they got while they were there. So that's the player's book.
Now I'm sitting on 2 copies.
Right.
So one of these I'll be giving away.
Right. You got 2 of them. I think he was given one and got one in the bag when you went to watch it. They give you, so they could give us drink books, but they can't fucking do anything else. I don't know, man.
And they actually gave us.
You got a mug. I do dig the little tumbler mug. I think that's cute. I love the gold. Reminds me of Gold's Gym. I don't know. That gold on black always reminds me of Gold's Gym. And he kind of busted down like a bag. Like he got some cool stuff. And he covered it really, really well. And I think that that's super cool that he covered it like that. I think he made a good point about all the good things coming out in D&D. And he covered the things that he thought people would want to see. And he's right. It is good. They cleaned it up. They did clean it up. It's made for the new gamers that are coming and cleaning up some of their action economy. I'm sure there's tons of great stuff in 2024. That's not my point. The company's just doing everyone dirty that's trying to make it bigger. And the content creators have to take the money because that's the people who pay the most right now because they're the largest company. The only people around that have the money to kind of pay similar, Paizo could do it. Monty Cook Games could do it. I think Hunter could honestly do it if they wanted, but they're only going to have, I always say SAG card people, but they're only going to have their actor friends do it, which is fine. That's the kind of company they are. Again, no shade. But I don't think you should be... You have to cover D&D. There's no choice. If I don't cover D&D, I can tell you, with the small numbers I do on this, on me really starting to do different kind of content, all the D&D stuff does better. It just does. Oh, hey, tell them happy birthday, Scott. Got to split. It's the wife's birthday, and I'm taking her to dinner. Where are you going? Are you going somewhere good? You going to a St. Elmo's? Are you driving to Indy? Well, tell her happy birthday from all of us. Enjoy. But I don't know, man. It's not cool. I don't think it's great. You know what I mean? it's just not what I'm looking for. So we're gonna do something a little more happy now. I'm gonna switch the color again. I'm gonna go to purple blue. Do I like this color? A little too dark. We'll go to we'll go to orange. There we go. Perfect. So we're gonna go over the PDF that I got. It's not even fear-mongering. It's just a company doesn't talk to each other. The creative team and the people who are doing things, and the marketing and the top down, they're all in on digital. Everyone, I'm not even getting into like the things that they've done for hiring. So if you look at all the stuff they've done, they have someone from Microsoft, the head guy from Blizzard who ran Warcraft is now the head of CEO of D&D, I think, or president of D&D now. Like, they keep hiring digital. And right now they're hiring for someone who basically their job is to do microtransactions. How to handle their marketplace for microtransactions. Because one of the first things they announced at the con is that you can play the vampire and the demon girl from Baldur's Gate, Karlog, and I can't remember the vampire's name, but they're going to be minis on your VTT now. You can put them into your game. It's a fuck show. It's a fuck show. But instead of this, we're gonna do some PDF. We got another piece to record. I'm gonna change hats. So I'm wearing a different hat for this. Ooh boy. We're doing hell stuff? What do I want to wear for this one? Oh, this seems right. We'll wear this. So we're doing another recording, and we're gonna go through this. Damn. We're gonna go through. Huh? Oh. Is it this side? No, it's this side. So those who haven't seen it, it's got the evil R2 on it. The vampire R2. Gotta get sweets. So let's go over this. I'm gonna scroll up the top. I told him I would review it. I'm interested in it. I want to see what other people are making for Shadowdark, right? I want to see what people are making. I love the style he chose for this. So we're going to do a flip through. I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to get rid of the scroll at the bottom. And we're going to go over the Hell on Earth. I think this is going to be a fun piece to kind of look through together. Let me see. I want it big as I scroll. I'm going to see if I can do a 2-page display. 2-page display. Can we do a scroll? 2-page scrolling. There we go. Because then we can see what the cover and what we're looking at here. And then I'll go back to 1 page after a while. So we're going to go over this next. I'm going to set up to record. We're going to do this live. Hell on Earth. Cameron, is it? What do you think? How is it pronounced? M-A-A-S. Mass or Moss? M-A-A-S. Moss? It's got to be Moss, right? Cameron Moss? He was working the booth. Let's get some different music from White Bat. We'll do this one. I'm going to record this and go through as well. I want to kind of go through it and let everyone, so I can put it out as a separate piece. Yeah, Asteron. Thank you, Serving Hands. That's that. I could not remember the name. Asteron. Getting Asteron on your VTT, some people will definitely spend money for that. Yeah, I just don't fucking care. So let's we've switched hats. We're ready to go. Well, I gotta see what this button is. Let me see if I can pop this up. If anyone has questions on anything that I've went over, showcased, we're gonna do that at the end of the show. So feel free to get some questions ready and just put Q in front if you have any questions, and I'll do them at the end. Lower thirds, is that the lower thirds? Excellent. Okay, I did make it a foot pedal. I'm a fucking genius. All right, I'm gonna start here. We're good. Lights on. Everything's lit up. Looks good. Oh, we can get rid of the firehouse, right? Ooh. Black Craft Cult has new swag out, new shirts and stuff. I'm switching the color to the background. What do we want this to be now? So we're going over, see if we can get a Hellhound. Kind of looks like a Hellhound, right? See if they have Hellhound on here. Hellhound. Artworks. I mean, look at this, guys. Seems right. Seems right. Moss? Moss? Might be moss. Should we Google it? Let's do that.
Moss.
Moss. Moss. Cameron Moss. That was close. Thank you. Good call, serving hands. All right, you guys ready? Let's get the recording going. Start recording. Get some music. So we continue our GenCon breakdown today. We're going to be going over a zine that I picked up, actually given to me by the gentleman at the Shadowdark booth. He was working with them with the Arcane Library, and this, I believe, is their first zine they're putting out for Shadowdark. If you don't know, Shadowdark has an open license with very minimal cannot do things. They give you a logo you got to put on. It says for the use of the Shadowdark RPG. Shadowdark swept the Ennies this year, taking 4 awards home. I expect to see a lot more from them. I know I myself am designing a bunch of stuff for Shadowdark with Breachers and some classes I have coming out soon and so much more. This is called Hell on Earth. Got the devil hat on, horns. I feel like we're ready to review it with our flaming dragon companion here. So let's dive in and take a look at what this adventure offers. So the link down below will be here for Hell on Earth. I have it on a 2-page spread so we can scroll through it. I will go into a single page as we start going, but I wanted you to be able to see the cover and the first piece of art. Hell on Earth is made by Cameron, I believe it's Moss is how he pronounces it. Maybe one day I'll have him on the show. This is awesome. It has like an old newsprint look to it. Like it looks like it's printed for a newspaper. I'm kind of excited by that. It's a very different look. I also have a physical copy here as well, because this gentleman gave me a physical copy while I was at the Shadowdark booth getting things signed. So I have his first like print-on-demand ones that he handed out as well, right? And I know right now on Itch he has it up for sale. Link down below in the description. And let's get into this. This is the cover, really cool looking, almost like a fetal position. I don't know if this is going to be a Hellhound. I read none of this. I brought it today for us to look at, and that is it. We're going to go into enable scrolling view. Obviously a person of some form. This is a 20-page zine. It is an adventure. The Gall of the Fallen Angel. Oh, I like this. I love his art style. I like the texture print around it. Very clean maps. It tells you where everything is. I like when maps give you all the information you could need directly on the piece itself. When they don't do this, I feel like if they don't do this, a lot of the times you have to flip back and forth too much. You don't know what's going on. I usually print this page for myself, but in a 20-page zine, very simple, very clean. He's got random encounter tables here. 2d4. If doubles are rolled, give the PCs an omen. That's new. And 1d4 rounds, the encounter occurs. So you roll doubles, and then they don't know when it's going to happen. I would like to remind people in Shadowdark, your encounters come from distance. So you may be right next to it, and you might be near, close, or far. So there's some nice omens here. Omen, padded footsteps, panting in the dark, unnatural cold. That's cool. If they roll doubles, that's how they get this. So that's why it's 2d4. Because you could get a 2 any other way, but if they get a double, you're giving a little bit of extra information to go with this. That is a really smart dungeon design, Cameron. I dig that a lot. I don't know if that's yours or from somewhere else, but I love that you give a way for a GM to give information without having to wax poetic all over the page. Smart play. So let's go through into this and see what we get. This is about the adventure. Quick note from the creator. This adventure is my first of hopefully many more. Its features a location you can pick up and drop anywhere in your game world. Maybe one day I'll design a whole setting around the adventures I've written, but for now, Hell on Earth will have to do. In fact, this is my largest problem when writing this zine. The ideas kept growing. What if this was a town, and a tavern, and factions, and this and that? Cameron, buddy, if you watch this later, see me? I feel your pain. This is how micro settings come out, and then they turn into total campaigns. Trust me, my friend, you got the itch. You got it. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Formatting notes, again, smart. Some of the formatting uses you should be aware of before proceeding with your reading journey. Here's what to expect from any of these emphasized words that appear. Bold, something important, or something to be broken out in a bullet point, usually interactable in some way. Example, in the corner of the room sits a water barrel. I too like to bold important pieces of text that I feel the GM needs to know to do their job under pressure quickly. Too many adventures don't know how to teach a GM to know what to look for at a glance. I think that is a smart way to do it. Italics, used for someone talking or something important, proper nouns or titles. Morak, the red remains trapped in the room. Bold italics, referring to an entry or rule in Shadowdark. Smart. Shadowdark RPG, example. The hateful spirit uses the statistics of a wraith. You now know to go look it up. I don't know if we're allowed to use page numbers to reference the main core rulebook. If we are, I'm a big fan of always having page numbers so they can just go to it, because when you're going from PDF to PDF or physical zine to physical book or whatever, you can't hyperlink that easily. There are ways to do it, but it's a hassle. At least if you could have that and then have a page number, that'd be cool. Parentheses used to summarize or give contextual information, such as descriptions on the page. Young stoic peasant, smart, really good. This is a third-party publishing. It's independent publisher for Shadowdark. Smart. Did you do all the art, Cameron? I'm curious if you bought art or if this is all yours. I love this kind of old style. It looks like a newsprint version of, what's the name of the band that does Thunder Horse Audience? Can you remember what it is? They were an animated show. Someone will remember it, and I'll mention it later. But it looks like that old animated heavy metal group, especially this guy. System, low level, 1 to 3. Smart. I put this on the back too. We haven't looked at the back. 3 weeks ago. So to get a setup, I don't want to ruin it for anyone. The whole truth is here. We don't want to discuss that. This is the creature we're dealing with. And then again, this newsprint version is awesome. Even if that's like a real photo from Arizona or wherever it is, adding this kind of grain that you would see in newsprint is really cool. It's purposeful. Reminds me of old like 70s, 80s newspapers. And audience got it. Death Clock. That's what I was thinking of. That's what the art of that guy reminds me of. Very cool. If you don't know, this was live. This is a recording so you guys can watch on your own, a bite-sized piece. Feel free to check the whole live out as well. It's going to be linked below and probably all over the place. Live shows are way more interactive, obviously. So immediate facts, that you give the immediate facts about the town. Rumors, I like that. The players ask questions. Here are some rumors a PC may have. I think I would have put this in a table, personally, because then you can give random ones out. I think it fits the style of Shadowdark, having the random tables for information. I hope there's a carousing table in here. I think all adventures should have a carousing table. What do we got here? Entrances and encounters. There's numerous entrances in. I love the side shot. I like that you're giving different entrances into this place. That's smart. This definitely looks like areas in Arizona to me. Cave entrance, original entrance, Gall Grate, and then the chimney. Ooh. Again, he's got the random encounters. You do 2d4. If it's a double, you get an omen. Omen, like the wind kicks up and begins to drown out all sound. After 1d4 rounds, PCs start rolling con every round or take damage. I also think that's a good time for a GM that's running this to think about putting out torches if they're there at night. Torches are a big part of Shadowdark, so kill the clock, you know what I mean? Or in strong winds, just making the clock 30 minutes instead of an hour. I like that. Taking damage probably from rocks and stuff. Vultures, my favorite creature. Very smart. Cult coyotes. Oh, cult. For all of my fans. You know what I'm talking about. But occult coyotes. Caught wind of the party. Highly intelligent. Zealous. They're wargs. Remember that bold in italics means that that's in the Shadowdark book. Omens. These are great. I love these. I don't want to ruin them. Those are great. And then the map. And this is the unlabeled map. You could print this and give it to your players if you needed to. Nice, very easy to describe rooms, 4x4, two square hall, so on and so on. And then obviously these are all the different locations. Random encounters inside of here with omens as well. And then it starts, they got the Gal, the fallen angel. General overview. This is what the environment is like. It's risky. For those who don't know, in Shadowdark, the difficulty of a adventure or a setting or a place, you determine how often you're going to roll. In Shadowdark, you roll a d6, and that d6 is how you determine if there's a random encounter. When things are risky, you're rolling more frequently than you would be normally. That's what that risky's for, and why it's also in the bold and italics. So we have our environment, construction, nice. Very simple, clean, concise writing, matching the Shadowdark style. Using the window to view. Oh, okay, apparently you can view him from the windows. I see up above there's like holes into the place. And I think these circles are those. Oh. D6 for what he's doing. Dude, if you look down and he's missing, that's a great way to frighten your players. That's a Frankhouse move right there. I mean, to me. Consecration traps, like I was reading that, right? 4 statues, Gal, act as consecration traps against planar beings, such as Maxilamar. Cool. So we got traps in rooms, reuse of it. He did the zone call out. So the first time I had seen anyone do the zone call outs, which I do when I'm running a tabletop adventure, I like to draw the whole map in a small scale off the side, just so people know what rooms they're in. And then when important rooms are happening, I'll draw that room big and just put the letter for what it is. Because your players knowing they're in A2 doesn't matter more than it is a communication between you and them. Just like the adventure uses it to communicate with the GM for how to know where you are. But he's doing call out, and he's basically taking the art and he's putting them into the boxes here, like off to the side in a smaller view. Smart play, love it. First time I saw it was Maze of the Blue Medusa. Amazing, amazing adventure if you're looking for something. But this is great. The breached wall. Caves cramped, stink of wet earth. Terminates and piecemeal stone brick wall. Nice, sets the flavor. Talks about the bricks. Carve the symbol. Holy crap. Each reveals one has been carved with a symbol of protection and flecked with silver. Good, like, setup for everything. The bundle contains a sledgehammer and a foldable shovel. Very smart. We get into the mural room, which again, A2. He's giving you basically the description of all this. I'm assuming we're going to see the same thing. Room descriptions. You have the flooded room. Awesome art here. Oh, it's a person. I thought it was just a dog. I dig this. Little kind of Greek-Roman look to this. Colosseum things. The flooded room. Is this a weeping angel? Carved in the likeness of, what does this say? Anelia, the angel of repose. Oh, okay. Consecration statue. I see. Talked about that earlier. And then he breaks down each one of these. Goes into the urns. He's got little art pieces for all of them. At the end of this, it'd be cool if there was a sheet at the back where you could cut out all the art pieces to be able to hand to people. I'm a big fan of having handout art. Even in a zine. I dig this. This is great. Guard room. Creepy. If you did all this art, man, these are fun. These are really fun. It's definitely is Shadowdark, but you've kept your own style from it. The room descriptions are cool. I think you can run this in a sitting. Maybe 2. Altar of the Sword. He's got the sword at the bottom. Awesome. I like the black and white. Again, it's kind of got that newspaper dot texture on it. A beautiful silver blade is said to be crafted by the gods themselves. This was once a tool meant to cast down heretics. Bastard Sword +2. Benefit. Oh, he did the benefit and curse. Yes, Cameron. In Shadowdark, a lot of things have benefits and curses for magical items. So even like in my Breacher show that I'm running, I've given out a couple of items and they have benefits and curses. And it's to make them feel like they're important items that are more than just abilities. And the curses aren't always hella negative. They're not like, you lose 10 to your intelligence. It's nothing like that. But he went a step further and did my favorite thing. This weapon has an ego. I love intelligent weapons. Anyone who's played games with me knows that intelligent weapons are one of my favorite, or just items in general, some of my favorite things they hand out. +2, that's big in this game. Regain a hit die of HP upon killing a humanoid creature. That's very similar to a weapon of Morgue that I've made. Curse, the blade thirsts for blood. If the sword is drawn, does not spill blood of a sentient creature, lose 1 die of hit points. If you don't do it, it drinks from you. I like that. Ego of the wielder falls below half hit points. They must roll against the sword's will, charisma 15, or go into frenzy, attacking the nearest creature until above half hit points. Smart way to do a berserker sword. I like this a lot. I might even pull and use it for something in the future. I also feel that maybe you're a little R.A. Salvatore fan. Am I seeing a little bit of the problem that Driss Duorden had with his weapons? Again, I am a D&D fan, just not a Wizards of the Coast fan. Room descriptions. Again, next rooms, giving you more of it. I like this little... Is this modern day? A little more modern? I don't know what this piece is for. Is it a relief? Or is it like a is it a brochure? Curious is what this is. I'll have to read it. I don't want to ruin it, so I'm not reading the whole thing aloud. The Warden and the White. That's cool. That's super cool. I like the two together to kind of give you the juxtaposition of what they are. This would be closer to like the named monsters in Shadowdark. Again, killer piece. We got the prison, which obviously is going to be the main room. And then a great piece of art of the creature. Concluding thoughts. Thank you for doing this. Nave did this in some of their stuff. I love the afterthoughts of like what you should be doing. Kind of thank you for running it. What this adventure is for. Why it's left open-ended for his. Right? Very cool concept. The want and need idea found in the screenwriting. The player characters will start the adventure wanting to achieve a goal. Rescue, recover Morak and the gang, and then maybe snag some treasure along the way. They discover a new object that they need to achieve. Stop Maximiliar. Am I doing this wrong? Malexamar? Before he escapes his prison and destroys the local settlement. Simply put, players refuse to engage in the need. Dire consequences will unfold. Pronunciations for creatures. All of us love to make crazy creature names as designers. I've started putting pronunciations below just to help GMs to read them, because they feel like idiots when we're reading them wrong, because we don't know how to read. It's the thing that I think I asked to be added to all of the Cobalt Press books recently for monsters, and I think we should all start doing pronunciations for weird names, because, yeah, we all spell things weird. English language, man. It's odd. So the appendix, smart. You got the appendix in here as well. Right here, I guess you're going to put those things. The spending, and then writing, fonts, play testing, all that stuff. Who will you put the fonts in here for Theos Body? Oh yeah, well, yeah. Credit to the fonts. Smart. With rights through Adobe Fonts. This is a great piece, and I don't think you guys can see it, but I hope that this little logo in the bottom corner is the logo for his company. So scroll back up. So Hell on Earth. This is a Shadowdark RPG adventure for levels 1 to 3. You're going into what looks like an old stone dungeon, prison, almost like a plateau maybe, or a towering mountain in Arizona. That's the look for me. you're dealing with a creature that obviously has some lichen in him. If you're dealing with silver or maybe demon, since it's hell on earth, it's left open-ended. Right now, I got this for free from him. I know he's got an itch that you can pick this up. It just dropped. I believe today he sent me the link. I will put the link down below for this video. I will also put it in chat for my people who are watching. If you're looking for more Shadowdark stuff, because the Ennies Shadowdark crushed, and you're looking for new people to support, while there are the 3 curse scrolls that are out, there are lots of other people making Shadowdark content, like Cameron. So support them, pick up zines, collect your stuff. There's nothing better than having a folder of zines that you can just sit down and write on and run. There's something about this that I forgot that I love so much. As a kid growing up, getting those cardboard folded, like Bristol board folded D&D adventures, and then later on in life, printed zines from people, I didn't know how much I missed it. And I would rather pay $4 for this 20-page creative piece than to go pay $50 for a bunch of writing that I just want to run the adventure. So thank you, Cameron, for putting something out and putting yourself out and making a product. I will run this. You know, maybe I'll put up a Let's Play and I'll get some people to come play this and I'll run through it for a group of people. Maybe I can get you to come play along as well. To the rest of you, thank you for watching. All the links to the show are down below. I will put the itch down there along with Shadowdark. Get your book while you can. Kelsey said there will be more at the end of August 2024. They sold out, or damn near sold out, at GenCon this year. And thank you so much for watching this. If you're here live, stick around. We still got a little bit more to go over. But for the rest of you, watch, listen, learn. Be a better gamer. Stop supporting people making bad decisions and hurting our industry. It's not hard. There's a lot of great things out there. Okay, so that's another recording. That means I got 3 for the week to put out. We're done recording stuff for the day, everybody. Done recording stuff for the day. I'm excited for this piece. I think it looks really good. I love the... Everyone wonders, how are you going to pick a black and white style? Like, what are you going to do? I just want to put it in 2-page spread again here because I want to quick scroll through it for myself. This is just clean, man. It's just clean. Really, really is. And for their first zine for Shadowdark, maybe they've done other stuff, but it's their first, at least their first adventure for Shadowdark. They kind of nailed the line. It's clean. It's well laid out. I think the gutter should be slightly larger, which he probably figured out when he printed this. Maybe his print one's a little different. Hold on, let me look. 20 pages, you get to use a smaller gutter. Yeah, his gutter in here is a little larger than the digital one. Yeah, it's good. I think I would have done some tables on the back. I think I would have done more tables in the front cover, and then I would have done art on the inside to follow the format of how people are being trained to use Shadowdark. I've learned that when I'm doing layout, you really want to follow the preset style of that industry standard and then make your changes around it. But it's such a cool adventure. Level 1 to 3. I think this would be great to do a bunch of 0 levels as a gauntlet, racing to get here or surviving whatever this thing is causing in the surrounding area. So like up here in the beginning, where's it at? That's random encounters. Where's the notes? Approaching the site and notes. He's got a bunch of rumors here. You could easily do a 0 level, use one of these rumors and do 0 level and make people survive. Getting to this to solve it. By the time they get here, they could be level 1, and then you could run the dungeon. I think that'd be a really fun start for the game. With Shadow Darklings, it's so easy to make characters for this. There's no reason not to do a 0 level into this. We want to do a gauntlet style to survive to get here. But it's a good 2-page layout. It's clean. I like what he did. This is good. I love all the art. This is more art than most books get. And the maps are clean, 2-column format. And this is my favorite piece. This is fantastic. I know he did the maps for sure. I'm guessing he did the art as well. You know, really easy to find this out. Because he did the right thing. And he gave credits to everybody. Let me see here. You guys are not going to be able to see this, unfortunately. because of just how my stuff cuts it off. Let me go down to the bottom here. Writing and design and art and layout by Cameron. Fonts were Adobe. Playtesting was Andrew, Lowry, Cole, and Tom. Proofreading was Marie. Thank you. Aw. Proofreading and editing. Editors are hard to find. Image used to bash. So he did bash images, which is what I would do. He used Scott Osborne with the rights from unsplash.com. Albums I listened to while creating, writing, and drawing. Aqualung. American Heartbreak. Nice. And Star Cather? Greta Van Fleet. Oh, Greta Van Fleet. I like Greta Van Fleet's voice. Cool inspiration. Cool things to listen to. Look, they did well. This is awesome. Like, legitimately did a good job. Did anyone have anything they wanted me to go over that we missed? Was there anything from, say, like the Ennies that you wanted to see that we didn't look at? Have you guys all seen Eat the Reich? I know a few of you got to play it in person with me. Is there any other questions from GenCon you want me to answer before we end the live stream? So I'm about out of coffee here. Anything else anybody wants to see? I'm really excited about a few of these things. Oh, I should show you these dice. For those who haven't played DCC, I wish Scott was still here. Because I know he played a lot of DCC. I have. Maybe another audience member has. I'm going to take this camera and make it go down, I think. How do I want to do this? No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to put them on the table, and I'll bring this camera out and point it down like I did last time. I know it shakes, but for now, it's fucking fine. Oh, we got one question here. All right. Let me see here. What do we got? What were you the most excited to see at GenCon? Besides all my friends? So, like, GenCon to me is one of those things where I go to see my convention. I've been working cons for over 20 years. Maybe 25 now. I'm 43. God, almost 30 years. I think for 30 years, because my first convention I worked was at a broadcast conference for my mother, because she worked in radio and TV. And I think my first one was I was 13 years old. So 30 years. Jesus Christ, I'm old. And I really wanted to see my family that's there. So like Drew, Adam, Diana, who are cast on my show, I only see them at conventions. Moxie was there working the Chaosium booth. Got to see her briefly at the Hunters Party. And then people like Tim Hitchcock and I have been hanging out since Pathfinder 1. Eric Mona from Pies, like all my industry family. I'm always excited to see them. Brianna and Andrew, we got to hang out. We had a little night, just us chilling, having some drinks, and just shooting the shit about Conn and Evo. Because, again, Andrew, congrats, my friend, for being able to be a commentator for Third Strike. Super excited for you on that. So awesome. And then I would say, favorite thing, honestly, Necromolds are huge. I am beyond excited to play Necromolds. I think it's like a great beer and pretzel game. Bring it to a bar, set it down, play some games, and just fucking have fun with it. The rules are simple. I'm really excited to play that. It was nice to see Sarah Babe and her husband. Sarah's on, I can't remember what the D&D shows. She just did D&D shows for the D&D channel. Encounter Party, I think is what it was she was on. So she was super excited to be there doing that at Gen Con, kind of repping. I missed a lot of people this year too. What else did I like that I got to do there? Oh, these dice are some of my favorite dice I've gotten. I don't think Dispel fucks around. I love their stuff. And because of these dice, I came up with a new dice box idea that I really, really want to have made. So I need to go speak to my buddy Danny Grimes and see if this isn't something we can do. Because, man, I have an amazing idea for making some dice boxes. That's the stuff I can think. Oh, and St. Elmo's. We got to eat at St. Elmo's. It was me, Diana, Adam, and Drew and Kelly, and it's our group. We laughed our asses off there about the pole vaulter using his dick to knock the pole down. But yeah, so yes, yeah, that's my stuff. So let's go over. We had another one from Serving Hands. Okay, now for Spicy Eric. Who ran into you did not want to see? No one this year. Last year there were some people. No one this year at all. The hall was super crowded. I went through the vendor hall all but one day and stayed after because I had a vendor badge so I could just walk and talk to people without the crowds, seeing if people want to go to dinner, what was going on, if there's any gatherings, things like that. But there was no one. Like, I went back and saw the Cobalt Peeps. It was great to see them again. I got to see Dot. Dot is moving back to the Atlanta area, so she's super excited. There was no one. Smelly people. Motherfuckers not taking showers and wearing deodorant. This year I brought a sling bag that was it had a pocket knife, gum, deodorant, battery, wipes, an extra handkerchief, and a shirt. I changed my shirt 3 times every day. No joke. Because you'd sweat through them. And I don't want to be that person when you go to give me a hug that I'm just covered in sweat. So like while I was in the vendor hall, I wore one shirt. I would take it off, switch into a tank top when I use the bathroom, kind of wipe myself down to make sure I'm not a mess. And then I would go out to wherever we were going to go next to wear that. And then at night when I went out, I would wear another shirt. So I brought a ton of shirts. A lot of people got sick at this con. But my thing is this, like, you're going to a convention, COVID's still a thing. We've all been vaxxed. The big problem with COVID in the beginning, this is science talk. The big problem with COVID in the beginning is no one had any antibodies for it. No one had anything to fight it. We've all been vaxxed. We've been around it enough to where now the strains that we're getting only last a few days. I did feel bad for the people who got sick that I know, because a lot of people got it, like 20% of the con. But to me, when I go to a convention, I was already going every time with the expectation of getting con crud. If you have had con crud, it is 1,000 times worse. 1,000 times worse than COVID is right now. That's why I take Airborne. I mean, Kelly and I are like religious about it. Andrew, because we work cons for him, like Kelly used to do for comic books. We all take Airborne. We all take vitamin D. We all make sure we have enough C if it's not in the Airborne pills. She takes Emergency when she has it. We all just pound them out. And like, well, I think Kelly had some sinus drainage by the end. I lost my voice a little bit from yelling, but I feel fine. I got no con crud, no COVID. Now, I was around plenty of people who got COVID. And they're posting their pregnancy photos up. That's what I call the testers. They look like you're giving birth to COVID. It just makes me laugh. The strips do. Am I wrong? Am I the only one who thinks that when they see those? Like, oh, you're pregnant with COVID. That's what I think every time. Nobody wants COVID. I wish them the best. Everyone will be fine. Antivirals make it last like 3 days now. It's very simple. It's not like it used to be. It's not long COVID. And I'm not shading anybody. I'm just saying right now, I'll go get some COVID to go to a con. I want to see people. I'm fine with it. Nobody's a super spreader anymore. Just this shit happens. There's fucking 80-something plus thousand people there. You're bumping into somebody. Your likelihood is high. And I'm at parties sharing drinks. Anytime I did say when I had my flask with me though, I was disinfecting the flask every time for people, that kind of stuff. Just because I want them to have Manhattans with me and that kind of stuff. So no one got sick from that. I did my due diligence. But I didn't sanitize up every time. I did wash my hands a lot. Mostly because I was sweating. So that's that. Con crud. Con crud is horrible. Horrible. And the smells, bad as well. They were very bad. But, you know, it could be worse. So let's look at these dice. I think, if I remember correctly, I think this is the one I set up with it. And I think I have another camera I can turn on here. Let me see. My cam, guest cam, YouTube. Didn't I do the bonus cam on this one before? Am I wrong? Am I wrong, everybody? Did I not have a bonus cam in here? Let me go to studio mode. I want to show you these dice. So if you've never seen these kind of dice, they're fucking wild. My cam, Pupper cam. Pupper cam's the other one. Let me add the Pupper cam. Hold on a minute here. Hey, if you guys got questions, go ahead. I'll still answer more. I'm just kind of chilling with you all for a little bit. I haven't seen you all in a week. I missed you all. Look, legitimately, I love doing this, so not seeing everyone just kind of sucks for me. Video capture device. Ooh, Star Drew. Great question. Great question. You're not gonna like my answer though, because it ain't good, homie. It's not good. I want fit to screen. So let's rotate 180. You guys can see this mic stuff. Can't bring it down anymore. I want to zoom it manually. You know what? I'll do this. I'll put all the dice out so you can see them too. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that I went to dinner in GenCon. So dinners at GenCon used to be really long, like really good. Like there used to be a ton of places to eat, things like that. We used to be able to go, like if you really needed to eat late, you could go to Steak and Shake and get food. Well, everybody, I hate to tell you this, but like Steak and Shake closes at midnight now. So we couldn't get fucking food late night. The food trucks, because there's a ton of food trucks. I ate no food trucks this year. It was too fucking hot to be outside, right? Turn this other way. And because it was so hot, I didn't want to shut my balls off waiting for food. So how was the dinner? The only place that we ate that was good this year was St. Elmo's, because we always eat at St. Elmo's. It is very pricey. It is an experience. You're going there paying a lot for amazing steak. I think it's a top 3 place in the world for my travels for steak, even better than some of the places I've had Wagyu in Japan. It's amazing. It's really good. Izzy's next door is the same company, and you can get really good stuff there for a little bit more of like a down home vibe. I think we're going to try that next year. I didn't eat most of the time out. I will tell you the thing I hated the most, going back to serving hands questions. Thursday night, Kelly and I wanted food. We said it's too late. There's nowhere to go. There's no food trucks out near us. Let's order DoorDash. There's a cool Mexican place that's near here that the guy at the front desk recommended. Like Tacos Mas something. We ordered. 30 minutes after our order, I go to look and see where it's at. Order's canceled. Well, fuck. The fuck am I supposed to do with the canceled order? I can't get more food, right? I'm fucked. So I was like, okay, so now what do I do? If I can't get more food, I'll order from somewhere else. Fuck it. So we ordered Taco Bell. Taco Bell canceled on me. Second in a row. Another Taco Bell, it was 1.6 miles away, I order, and it is the worst Taco Bell I've ever had. I think Taco Bell has fallen into just despairing times. Their shit's not good. It never has filling anymore. There's no food. Like, I wanted something late night. We've been drinking. I wanted something to eat. Nah. Garbage. I ate half of it and threw it away. Kelly's like, fuck it, I'm eating snacks. Kelly got food truck once and some other places. But what we did find was Shapiro's Deli. And it was 1 block from us. It was a Jewish deli with some just amazing pieces. Man, you know what? I'll just show you pictures on my phone. I don't have an easy way to project it to you right now because I don't have that set up on here. But I can show you some photos. can't. You know what? I can show you Discord. Hold on. I put it in Discord in the chat. So I can pull up these photos and share it with you. Sorry for anybody else who was trying to share photos but couldn't. So this is Shapiro's. I'm going to pull up our Chrome browser. And I'm going to switch this over to that instead. So give me just a sec. So here's Shapiro's. This is the... Let me pull it up. Open a browser. So this is Shapiro's. I got rhubarb pie. This is their matzah. And then this is the Reuben. Right? Great Reuben. Thick. And it was a hall style. Like a big ass, huge deli style. Did I take a picture of the seating area? I don't think I did. I didn't take a picture of the seating area. But it's a big cafeteria. Right? So I got all of this for $34. You honestly could split the sandwiches. The sandwiches were about that big. Bread's made in a house. The matzah was like a peasant style matzah. The stock is made from all the chicken. They have roasted chicken. We got that for Diana while she was ill. We delivered her food. That looked amazing. So it was really cool spot. Really cool spot. Like legitimately. We ended up hanging with Diana and brought her food with Adam one of the last nights. So we all hung out. All of us laughing and being stupid. Kelly got cut off. Kelly's over here as well. So we're all chilling, shooting the shit. We just chilled. This night, we also ordered food. Right? We also ordered food. Well, let me tell you something. We ordered food all right. But it didn't turn out how we wanted. So we ordered the food. We got pizza from Jets because it was the only place open. We were all hungry. Adam had finished his shift and did teardown. And we're all hungry on Sunday. We ordered Jets and they said like a 45-minute delivery. And I was deliberately ordering south of the convention center to make sure there was no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like no waiting for people to have to drive through downtown traffic. So I was deliberately aiming south. We're sitting in the lobby of the hotel and a person walks by with a bag. We knew it wasn't ours because we ordered pizza. It says delivered. I was like, what the fuck? And I told them we were right next to the lobby at the TV. So upstairs, Adam runs upstairs, checks the door of the room, and there's a bag, the one he delivered. He runs downstairs. This was not a normal delivery. He delivered someone else's order to us. Let me post this. I'm going to post this in GenCon because I didn't post everything. I'm going to post a couple photos I could show off still. And one of them is this and a dog. All right. I'll post all these. I'm waiting for them to post up. They delivered a bag that was not what we ordered. It was 100% the wrong thing. It was this. Move my water here. You guys see this on screen? Adam R. Rady H. Egglands basket, medium hard cooked peeled eggs, 10 count, and almond breeze vanilla almond milk. 4 Chanaban non-fat strawberry on the bottom Greek yogurts. We ordered pizza. The guy told us it was going to be 20 minutes to come back. He just left. You know how we knew he left? We watched him walk into the glass door. Delivering the wrong thing. It didn't even go to our address. It went somewhere else. Our pizza was stone cold, not Jet's fault. So I got my money back, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then on the last night, I just ordered steak, Shake Shack for all of us. So we had something to eat on Sunday when we were hanging out with Tim and Diana, and we were just shooting the shit. I ordered us all burger and a fry, and ate half of Diana's cheesy fries because she said no one was allowed to have them. Well, let's talk some of the fun stuff that we're at the con. Okay? So, Shapiro's. Find Shapiro's. It's awesome. The DCC van this year, look at the back of this bitch. It's got the big fucking face on it for the Tomb of Horrors. The inside of the stadium. This is back up behind. You're on the ground floor in the oil stadium. Lucas Oil. I did a panoramic. Yeah, here's the panoramic. I'll have to scroll this. Zoom in. So from the left, there was a bunch of snacks on the first floor. There was a whole thing on the second floor. But you got snacks, a place to pick things up, the vendors for it. Over there was Chaosium's card game on the far left-hand side. NAS Crawl. All of the centerpiece, you can see the van there in the distance. This is all DCC. They got the whole floor. And then up around the top, there were private rooms to play in and shit. Queen's Games was there. And then the wall, and then the hall to go down into everything else. This was a great spot. If I ran an event, this is where I would want to run my event. In the oil stadium, I feel like it had the best presentation. And you could hear, because all the audio went up, this is just a straight on shot for GenCon. Right? Super fucking cool. And then all the ads, they even changed the ads for stuff for us. Like where the food was on the other floor, things that you can get. Where to go if you go back in the hall. Just smart. It was just smart. I want to play here next year. If I run a game, I'm going to find a blank room in there and run there. But again, everything closed down early, man. I think like the Lucas Oil Stadium closes at like 10 or midnight. So the 24-hour gaming, we were only in the hotels. Everyone was really spread out. That part I didn't enjoy. Kelly, while I was dealing with hotel stuff, found a Senshi. A full-on Senshi. Look at this person. They even got the leg hair. They got the leg hair for it. True Senshi style. Super happy. So cool looking. If I was there, I would have taken photos with him for sure. I think this gentleman was handing out bread, if I remember correctly. So that was super cool. Back at that hotel where I was with Adam and Diana, there was a dog and a guy who was living in the hotel because he's there having his dog treated for cancer, and immediately jumped up and sat by me. So I had a dog with me for like an hour while we're waiting for our pizza. And then I got a rolling stand, like I said, for the show. So here, I'll showcase this. So this is a stand for laptops with a little piece here, and then the dais, and then it has a cam position there. Then I hooked a bunch of other stuff on it as well. You'll notice I brought my little cooler there for our cherries, because I had the booze cherries. Okay, he's handing out bread. And then so you can see all of this kind of stuff that we had. Small room, wasn't a large room for us this year. Was there anything else? I think I didn't take a lot of pictures this year. All the other pictures were like, if you want to see what the food looked like. These were the dice I picked up in closer inspection. These are the dice, which I'm going to showcase in a minute. I also picked up the Golden Road, or Gold Country. That's the other ones I picked up. Super fun. Let me close these. Kind of go through them, get them closed down. So I got that. 3 Square Meals was the name of it. This was my dinner with the crew. I got the 60-day age New York strip with their homemade gorgonzola herb butter, a loaded potato, and this is king crab mac and cheese. I brought that home for Jen. I had a couple bites, brought it home. A couple drinks, real chill. Super fucking good though. Perfect temp. But the thing they're known for, if you don't know this, is their shrimp cocktail. This shit will jumpstart your nose. It is fire. One of my favorite things there. If you've never had their cocktail sauce, even in the airport you can get it sometimes, stuff like that. Like this shrimp cocktail, this sauce, you can see the flecks of horseradish, man. That shit it's one of my favorite things at the show. Oh, here's me. This is where the photo came from for today's show. Was me taking a picture of me while I was with everybody else. And I got to hang out with Brianna and Andrew, quickly becoming fast friends. We did a little private drink and hang. They were working 24 hours basically. They worked 10 at the booth for Chaosium. She's in full makeup and stuff in hers. I'll have to find her feed. We'll look at the stuff. They were dressed awesome. Hung out with them in the lobby. Did a hunter's party. I didn't take any pictures there. Nothing like that. Just pretty chill overall. Pretty chill. I liked it though. I had fun. It was a fun con, but it was way more relaxed than I expected it to be. So how was the food? Great when we could get food. Bad if it was Taco Bell. Wonderful if it was the food trucks. But that was kind of like, I think that was everything in general. But now let's do this. Do I have the puppers cam on here? I do not. We're gonna add the puppers cam. It's probably gonna cover me, just as a heads up. We want the puppers cam. Puppers? We want puppers cam. Pupper cam. It's gonna cover all of me. All right. There you go. It's gonna shake a little bit because I'm leaning on it. So let's talk these. So these were the dice that I picked up. Let me move the keyboard because I don't really need this in the shot. I'm not using it. Okay. So these are the dice. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. There you go. Pretty clean. I mean, it's not gonna be the best picture because this one doesn't have a great lock-in zoom. There we go. Now it's perfect. These are the sets that I got. I love their stuff. The only problem with Dispel dice is their dice are very large, right? So when you are using, say, like one of these Elder Woods or these Talon of Claws, right? When you flip it open, these are Dispel dice in here. They don't fit well. And the D4s stick. Even in these Hex ones, it's really, like, I'm afraid I'm going to damage them one day, but it's really hard to get Dispel dice to fit in dice vaults, right? So I have a new idea for a dice vault, which I'm going to talk to somebody about making. I'm not going to talk about it yet, because I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work, so I don't want to ruin the experience in case it doesn't work. You know what I mean? So I love their dice, but they're very difficult to box, and I want to be able to box them. I think they deserve to be safe. Okay, so super cool. This was the sticker. I went to Twisted Ward and Abbey, and all I got was a super mutation. Big fan of that. Norse Foundry has a campaign setting coming out, which I did not know about. That is something new as well. Titan's Keep. I don't know much about it, but I'm going to look into this. And then what else can I show you? Oh, I can show you the tree stand a little bit better and how it functions. So this is the trees. These are all dry erase. These are stickers you put on. They are front and back. And then the base is just a plug, and it is heavy. I mean, it's got some heft. That's what that was. Let's show you these dice now. Let's go into these. I'm gonna move this aside. So these, I got the glow in the dark set. Let me try to slide this a little bit. I got the glow in the dark set for DCC. If you don't know DCC as the Chaotic Wizard set, listen to the dice that are in here, because if you've never played, you're not gonna know. There is a D30, D24, D20, D16, D14, D12, percentile D10, a normal D10, a D8, a D7, a D6, a D5, a D4, a D3. Because you step up your dice. But check this out. I think it's $30, but look how many you get. There's some odd looking dice in this bitch. You have to, I'm 100% positive. You have to use a dice holder for these, like a tray to roll them in. Because they just roll forever. Right? And like, this is the D3. It's just a drop. So that's what these are for X-Crawl. So I'm super excited to do the X-Crawl thing and go over it with everybody. So I think this is going to be a great Smash TV game. I have an idea for a competition show where I put an audience member in the call with me, right? And basically people pay entry, come in, and they play X-Crawl. And I put you in the Discord call with me. You just need a mic. You don't need a camera. And your job is to survive versus me in the rooms. And at the end of the season, whoever has the most points wins prizes. What do you guys think? Would you guys be interested in that? I think that playing this game could be a shit ton of fun. I'm basically going to rapid fire run you through and just murder people. And we're going to run it like commentators. I have another guy who might come commentate with me as well. But we're going to have a bunch of funny, like, big money, big prizes. I love it. And all those on a soundboard. And we're going to be running you through those and trying to kill off audience members when they come to play. So I'll random draw a ticket for someone who's coming to play, the chance to win things, and they come in the call, and they get to try to win things with me. And then there'll be Streamloot cards that person can play for themselves. You get 1 pack of cards when you show up on the show. That's it. Every time you come play, you can get another set of cards. I think it'll be wildly fun. So this is it. There'll be like a card that's like step up 1 die, step up 2 dice, step up 3 dice. Rapid fire murdering people. Yep. You got it. So that's something I'm really thinking about doing coming up. But these are the dice here, they glow in the dark. They're super fun. I got these because I needed a set. We're going to review X-Crawl on Thursday. So tomorrow, I'm going to review X-Crawl, I think, and make a character and have people play. And then we're going to do Solo Dark on probably Friday. Let me zoom this back out. So let me show you this, because I was just shooting quick video, but this is the cover for X-Crawl. And it reminds me of all the old Palladium stuff. Let me see if I can get this whole thing in view here for you. Hold on. We'll do a slight zoom. Something like this. I have a new top-down rig I'll use so it doesn't bounce. It'll be attached to the wall. But you can see the artwork, and then he signed over here for me. And he signed it here. So, like, he wrote GenCon 2024 in the back of this guy's shirt, and then signed his name here. But, like, you get sponsors in this game. I'm so excited that there's fucking sponsors. It reminds me of running Warpaint. So, I mean, just to... Let me slide this back. I'm going to get a little quieter because the mic's going to be a little ways from me. You can see the bottom out. I'll do this instead. I'll put it here. Can you guys still hear me okay? It'll be a little quieter, but you should be able to hear me. So you can see the kind of art style. And this book's got a fucking ribbon. 2024 D&D doesn't. But it's all black and white, old school, in your face. I got to learn the game first, right? Table of results, level 1 blaster spells. Just tables on tables on tables. I got to build this out for alchemy. Magazine, places you can buy stuff. Like there's just, it's just insane. The game is just insanity. This is so gonzo. Look at this shit. Look how fucking... Your backstage pass, a deep cut awesomeness is what it says down here. And it's just crazy how to design curses, Curse of Tantalus, design your own X-Crawls, everything. So this is going to be a gonzo good time. I want to show you the back of it as well. Drink Roxy. A little bit, it's also going to have a little bit of our... Ogre Force. So I have a little bit of the Ogre Force feel. Yeah. TMNT, Mad TV, or Mad Magazine. All of those things are definitely feeling. I mean, this is a thick fucking book, boys and girls. Thick. So I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun on DCC to be able to run this. And I've never played DCC, and I love learning new systems. I think it makes you a way better game designer, and it makes you a better game master. It makes you a better player because you can alter things the way you want. Yeah. Actions, type of combat. I don't think this is going to be hard to learn. I'm going to go through a couple videos for people on how to do it. We're going to make a couple characters live tomorrow to see how this works. I love this dragon carrying Eat War. What does it say? Eat War, Death Soda. Like, this is right up my alley. Right up my alley. Oh, and the Cyber Pinkertons to strike down the video. Oh, Cyber Pinkertons will be a part of this, I guarantee it. This is the back of it. Gorgeous, kind of old school 1990s art. Goodman just nailed it. They fucking get it. They really do get it. So I'm excited for this. I think this will be fun, everybody. But anyway. Turn off our pupper cam. Where's our pupper cam? Lower third should be all the way. Pupper cam. Pupper cam. Ba-doop. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about doing this. I think it'll be fun. That's something I have coming up. I don't know where we're going to run it. I kind of want to do it during Halloween. I want to make it Halloween themed because I think that would be super fun to do, right? So you guys can see the camera here. This is the Facecam Pro. Just slide it back here. So anyway, that's the long and short of my trip. I had a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff that went on. We got 3 videos recorded today. Saw a bunch of stuff. Lots more to go over. We're going to be on Thursday doing X-Crawl and learning it together. On Friday, we're going to do Solo Dark. On Saturday, I'm going to be doing editing, but I think I'm going to be live again to do another video. Sunday, I'm gone. And then Monday and Tuesday, we come back with Breachers Episode 3 and back into ETHUANTIA because we're deep in it right now. So I didn't get a lot of videos out while I was there. I have a lot more to go over that I didn't say yet. I'm hunting down a 2024 copy of the PHP so I can cut it apart and do that recording. That one I'm going to do off air and edit it and do a full thing for that. I'm going to compare it to the 2014 version of the Player's Handbook along with some other stuff. I'll put a bunch of links down below for all the things that we talked about today. But yeah, I mean, cool stuff. XCC, 2 sets of dice. A brand new Shadowdark adventure brought by a brand new person on the scene, outgunned, signed copy of the limited edition of Shadowdark. Shadowdark won 4 Emmys, Necro Molds, an ugly vendor badge, and of course, the new terrain stuff from Mantic. Pretty good. Pretty good show. Have fun. Maybe we'll do a Necro Molds game. I wonder if we could do a Necro Molds game live. I wonder if I could set it up here and mold everything and we could do a live roll. That'd be kind of fun to do too. Maybe I'll find a way to set that up to do with Sarah, because I know Sarah and her husband picked up Necro Molds Kickstarter. So maybe we can sit down and record a fun game. Freddy's. Our chat right now is talking about, oh my God, imagine a Halloween themed game that uses each of the big horror baddies as sponsors. Michael Myers, Gidsu knives, Jason's hockey gear, serving hands. That is a stupendous idea for running it. I'm already starting my Halloween. Halloween is my buddy Tickner calls it because it's in the summer. As soon as July 4th was over, Halloween started in this household for me, going through all my horror movies. That is a genius idea. Genius idea. Yep, we got more corpse talk coming on. I got a ton of corpse talk coming up. I just need to get more people in. I took the summer off because I need to finish it up. I got 3 more people I really want to record so we can close out and do our drawings for corpse talk. Freddy's Sleepy Time stories. I'm going to start brainstorming some stuff in there. I got some ideas. Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh no. Five Nights at Freddy's should be like Build a Freddy. Instead of Find a Freddy, Build a Freddy, for like Build a Bear. Be great for that. I think there should also be Chucky's overalls. There should be Scream's cell phones, because Scream and the cell phone, or Scream's knives, or Scream's masks. I think I got an idea for this. We can run it like a haunted house. Because in Breachers will be done in September. ETHUANTIA will be done before that. ETHUANTIA ends in September. So maybe October we'll just do a big X crawl. I'll talk to Goodman Games. Tim's got a good contact through them with someone. See if I can't do like a big X crawl, classics, prize, fun, just insanity. And I think the audience plays. The Ring Lady, yes. Yeah, you know what it should be though? The Ring should be like static televisions, where you can buy your own portable televisions to watch X Crawl Classics live while it's going on. That would be great. We all know I love. We gotta have the Crypt Keeper. The Crypt Keeper has to be like coffins for your loved ones. Scream line, don't call us, we call you. Yup. Eric, nice play, Trap. Yes. Yes. I think it'd be great. I think we could do some really fucking cool Scream Queens. All the Scream Queen stuff, we should use them as like the cheerleaders during the X crawls. Because I think Scream Queens has male and female now, which would be hilarious. I am all in. You know, it'd be great if I could find a way to get Shudder to fucking sponsor it. Anyway, that's it from me today. We'll be live again tomorrow, probably about the 4:30, 5 o'clock time frame again. We're going to be going over X crawls, making characters, see how it goes. We'll be working tonight to set that up, uploading videos and getting everything ready. I hope you guys enjoyed my little post-show GenCon. We got to record 3 videos today I get to put out during the weeks. I'm so mad about the controversy of Wizards of the Coast. I think they're treating everyone like fucking garbage. I'm hoping to see that go away soon. And then I think that Friday will be Solo Dark. We'll be playing our dungeons. You have to get them out of there. So get all of your Streamloot cards ready. Don't forget to sub. You get a free pack every month if you haven't done that yet. And right now they are for Breachers. Of course, if you've never done it before, there is a Alchemy code. You can get your code to get a discount on Alchemy right now as our sponsor. They are awesome. That's for Dragonbane if you want to run it for yourself. I recommend it. That's what ETHUANTIA is based in. And your Streamloot cards, of course. And last and most important, join our group and talk to us on Discord here, everybody. We're live on there all the time. The more conversation, the more there is to talk about. And we'll have new merch dropping this month and next month as well, with our new beer koozies and a new Secret shirt. If you want to join us after our shows for Secret time, go grab your Secret shirt and the merch. There's a QR code on the neck that gives you access to the Secret after shows where the cast sits and talks with the audience, the Secret meeting members, and we go over our upgrades, our experience, what we're doing, and all that after show fun. And we just shoot the shit and answer questions for like 30 minutes after the show. That is it for me. Have a great day, everybody. Go play some fucking games and maybe don't make it D&D. What do you say? I think it's a good idea. Night, everybody.